Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Hey, guess what day it is? Mike. What day is it, Mike? Guess what today is?
It's Toy Talk.
That's right!
What's in the box? It's hump day, and I got mail, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a good time. Did you guys see Hooded Cobra Commander in the cloud and the creature? Like, oh, I thought it was pretty fun. Welcome everybody. We're just gonna have a fun conversation about fun stuff because we like dollies. And first and foremost, my good friend and everyone's favorite jerk is now a channel member. Thank you, my friend. And you're in good hands. Also, TK Storm is a new channel member. So thank you both very much for that. Hey. Will, are you muted? You're not muted.
I pulled a Chad on you. Hello, Chad. Hello, toy friends.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Else out there? How you doing? Man, other scales besides 118 really suck, don't they?
Yeah. Because we're haters. No. No. Well, guess what?
And on this day, we praise the 118th.
How's it going, Mike? Oh, man.
What's up,
everybody?
Yeah, we got a lot of people here so far. Northern Nomad said, "What's up, suckers?" Greg called you a trickster, and Kevin D'Antonio's here and says, "Hello, fellow Dolly devotees." Yep. Show us your package.
Oh, hey.
Oh, I will.
Just the glasses.
I will. That's coming. Don't worry about it. How you guys been? What's going on? What's new? What's up? Oh, look, Zazel's here all the way from Australia.
Zazel, what's happening, brother?
George Aiken's here from across the pond. Velvet Plat's from Canada.
Howdy.
And everyone else. Yeah. Greg says, Lord Scale Chad, them there are fighting words. It's just a joke. It's just for fun. Yeah. But sometimes there's people who they don't like fun, and so they take things personally. Hump day. Mike. That's my kid. That's our teenager in that little intro that goes, "It's Toy Talk." I was like, "Yeah,
that's great."
I was like, "Hey, come here," and she came in the room, and I was like, "Do me a favor, say it's Toy Talk in the most sarcastic teenager way you can. Go." And I was like, "Oh yeah, nailed it."
Perfect. Yeah. She's like, I don't even practice.
Yeah, I just, it just comes to me naturally being a teenager and stuff. Forum Icebreaker says the waiting is the hardest part. Yeah. Bjorn's here. What's up, Bjorn? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Good to see you. Bear 11, Charlie's in the house. Skyfall's here. Jim Largo, Chris from Cutthroat, James Lucas, Joe Fan 84, David Andrews. David Andrews is asking, am I number 2 or number 1? I say you're number 1 because it's a comment, right? Because anytime somebody joins a channel membership, it's going to show up in your next stream no matter what. But this, you're the first to actually comment. TK Storm and Yojo Jerk, they just became channel members and it gave me alerts. So yes.
Very
and Mr. Vargo, World Made of Cardboard is screaming at you.
Mr. Vargo.
Yeah. So oh yeah, Mikey. That's right. So Mikey can't make it, everybody.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually golfing. There's a golf tournament. So he's down in Mar-a-Lago. Golf. That's serious. He actually is golfing. So he originally thought that it was gonna get canceled and rained out because of all the storm activity that they had, but nope. Hey, speak of the devil. What's up, jerk? Good to see you, buddy. And then Greg says, very funny pseudo quote you made at the start. And then Just Jeff says, if this is the Lord's scale, consider me the devil.
Ooh.
Zaymot's here. What's up? Says, greetings, everyone. How's the zoo crew? Doing pretty good. I like that. That's a good one. Yeah. Typical Papa Trump, golfing when he should be somewhere else. What's up, Marco? Good to see you, buddy. And Cobra Saboteur sends a $2 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. It says, the Lord's 3 best inventions. 118 scale toys, 45 ACP, which is automatic Colt pistol, and boobs.
Wouldn't that be 4? Boobs is plural.
Yeah, true.
Just one boob.
One set of boobs.
Yeah, it's a set. It's like if you switched out boobs for pants, right? It's a pair of pants. It's a pair of boobs. Yeah. I'm gonna agree with that. 118 scale toys, 45 ACP, and boobies. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. So who are the 12 apostles of the Lord's scale? Kirk Bazigian, Ron Rudat, Bob Prupis, Greg Bernston. Yeah, they're a lot of dudes. Matt LaCroix. I'll throw Matt in there.
I'll throw him in there.
Yeah. Cobra Saboteur says I'm good with just one boob. Zaymot says apologies for not being here more. Work is kicking my ass. Operations is going nuts at the moment. You know what, brother? You never need to apologize. It's just good to see you. All that matters. Yeah. Michael's in the house too. What's up, Michael? And Samuel Edwards is here as well. Hope everyone is having a good day. Agreed. Tree, fire, wind. Earth, wind, and fire? Is that what that is?
I think he's talking about the puff puff pass over there.
I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. Soul Brother number 1's in the house and says, hey, back again. Benefits of working from home.
True.
That's good. Yeah. HGC says the Lord scale. Let's talk about that Lonard Bad Badger jet.
Yeah.
We can definitely talk about some Lonard. TJC's here. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Speaking of another UK friend, TJ's here. It's good to have you. Yeah. Bjorn wants to know how you guys are doing. How you guys doing?
Well, recently I've been just questioning my very existence. I don't know if I'm coming or going. Am I a man? Did the toys control me? Do I collect them? Do they collect me? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, these are the days of our lives. Ken's Toy says, all praise the Chad. We can all praise the 118.
Oh.
Gojatron, good evening. Good to see you, buddy. I'm a card-carrying member of the Church of 118.
Oh.
Yep.
Praise be.
Pray. And also with you. I don't know. I grew up Catholic, so, I don't, Death Skull says, Chad, I sent you a meme for tonight on Instagram.
Oh. Weird.
What's new with you, Mr. Vargo?
Oh, just chilling, debating whether or not I'm too old for the hobby.
Boy, I don't know what's going on with the two of you. Are you both having like existential crises?
Oh, no. Michael's been killing it with the Lonard, doing some really nice deep dives on those O-ring characters. I think
Yeah, man.
first 2 waves are out, right?
Yep. 92 should be out within the next 2 weeks, probably.
And yeah,
92 is exciting. That's a big shakeup year for them.
Yep. And they there's some really neat characters in there, some often overlooked ones. And yeah, I was confused too. I thought some of those guys were bad guys, but they're good guys, and vice versa. But Mike's got it all straightened out. Love those videos.
I don't think they knew exactly what we're doing. If anybody's curious, if you look at Walter McLeod's Instagram, Lonard Malicious, they got some weird. Lonard was just throwing stuff out. There was just saying, we're going to put as much stuff out as we can, see what sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. If the thumbs up ain't black, give it a smack. Thank you very much, Kevin. I actually like that. Yeah. What's that? For some reason, I'm not finding that. Maybe I'm just having a moment. I'm sorry. Trying to multitask, but.
Oh, I see the problem. He sent it to It's Chaff, not It's Chad.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm good with that.
So,
whatever.
Oh, okay. That's a different guy. I was on his show last night. He's got slightly bigger garage than you.
Oh, there it is right there. My bad.
Hey, all right. I hope you brought enough meme to share with the rest of the class, Chad.
I do. So it's a couple lying in bed. See them?
Yep.
And it says, when you sleep with a guy who thinks that 3 3/4 is the superior action figure scale, and it's her saying, I hope I didn't get him pregnant. Come on.
See, that's the kind of stuff we need in this community. Even though I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't mean to say that word. Coalition Church of 118.
Jersey Maniac Collector, huh?
If we can't get the piss taken out of us every once in a while, what's it all for?
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. I hope I didn't get pregnant.
I'm actually responding to him now. Not Death Skull, the guy who made the meme.
That's great. I see someone wrote, Tony Roberts loves the 12-inch Action Man scale. You should all be scared. George Aiken.
Yeah, he does, and that's totally cool.
Yeah, you'll get us all pregnant.
Mike, I know better, but the way your camera is focusing, it looks like a green screen.
Yes. It is green screen.
Pay no attention to the curtain behind Michael. He didn't want no figures.
Pay no attention.
Yes.
No. Favorite real American hero vehicle? Mine is the see. Look, now he's going to move his green screen. Mine is the Dragonfly, as it was my first.
Dude, Dragonfly, I love it. You know why? As a kid, one hand play. You got that. You got your hand on the back. You crank that thing. You got the propellers going.
Yep. See,
You
it's
could
all
chop
fun
it
and
in two.
games until Will starts screaming, "What a tune!" So what is yours, Will? What's your favorite?
I love the Dragonfly. It's probably that was one of my first big vehicles. I had the Vamp first, but then the Dragonfly shortly after. And man, I beat the crap out of mine. It
You
was
guys-
falling apart. Had pieces flying off it, but I still used it. I didn't care.
That's your final answer, Dragonfly?
Yeah, that's it. Why? You wanna fight about it? Huh? Okay.
Well, you don't like what I like, so Mr. Vargo, what about you?
I'm
Well,
sorry.
Mine's got to be the only real American hero vehicle I had as a child. And that's the detonator.
Oh, dude, you have one in the box. I found one at a Goodwill like 2 or 3 years ago. None of the parts, just the carcass of it. But I still bought it for like $2.
That's what I had. I found it at a garage sale. Just the body with the wheels.
Yeah, and it's got the Nerf bow and arrow missile. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I bought mine sealed as well because that the whole the plunger and the bellows and all that stuff, it likes to dry rot, and if you leave it connected for too long, it gets weird because it kind of bends. Yeah. And Mr. Vargo, I'm sure you can attest to this, but aside from the detonator, the only other vehicle that you better buy in the box if you want to complete one is the frickin' 94 Blockbuster. Because that thing is ridiculous. Hey, that is ridiculously hard to find loose complete.
That's awesome. I love when someone mentions it and then someone just pulls it off screen.
Well, because I knew he bought one. So
Oh, okay.
There's also a sealed Ghost Striker on this table too.
And just to rewind there, I apologize immensely, Chad. I'm sorry. I know the correct answer to the question of what my favorite vehicle was I was supposed to send you a private chat. Chad, what's my favorite vehicle? What should I say? And I didn't do that. I just answered. I should have asked permission. So what is my favorite vehicle, Chad?
Mine's the whale.
Oh, nice.
That's what mine is. So, a lot of awesome childhood memories playing with the whale.
Yeah. It really floats. Did you float it?
They do
Did you
float.
float
Yep,
your whale?
absolutely. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, and it floats my boat.
Hey.
Probably doesn't work. World Made of Cardboard says 1/6 shalt thou not count, neither shalt thou count 1/12, excepting that thou then proceed to 1/18. 1/4 is right out. It's just Monty Python, right? Once the number 1/18 being the Lord's scale is reached, then thine place set, thou shalt lob thine holy hand grenade at thine enemies, thus blowing him to bits.
Or throw your X-Wing at your Death
1,
Star.
2, 4, 3, sir. 3. Greg's asking, we know how much you love 1/18. These guys too. And stick with it. Is there any specific figure in 1/12-ish you wish had a new 1/18 equivalent? What do you guys think? Is there anything that's out in 1/12 that you would like to see in 1/18?
I mean, I'd be down to see Action Force in 1/18 as well. I mean, Action Force is the only 1/12 scale stuff I still have.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'd add to that the Mythic Legion stuff is really nice. I'd love to see some of that in the 1/18 scale. And I know that Animal Warriors of the Kingdom actually started at a 4-inch scale, then moved to 6. So I'd love if they'd keep making some of those.
Right.
I wish every company would do it. Both, all the Star Wars, they do the Black Series. They do both lines exist simultaneously. And I wish that they would also give some love. So like they're doing some nice sets, but they're only doing them in 1/12 scale. Star Wars wise, but yeah, pretty much everything. I want everything 1/18. Everything.
Just give it all to me in 1/18 scale. I don't know if this is a cop out or the easy way out, but I don't need to see the same aesthetic of a character or a toy in 2 scales. So
I'll
there's
see
some
myself out.
classified stuff that I do have. There's some Action Force stuff that I do have. I would not want to see those directly translated to 4-inch, like the Haya, Snake Eyes and this one and that one, because I got my hands on them and I was like, yeah, whatever. Just like I wouldn't want to see like Strike Force Alpha or Call Sign Longbow directly translated to 1/12 scale. I don't know. That's just me. I don't want to see like, no, this is yours and this is mine. But at the same time, I think there's a charm in, like let's just say, because this is the closest 118 O-ring figure I can have, or it's the one closest one I can grab. So if you took this Headhunter Stormtrooper and made this guy just like this in 1/12 scale,
sure. Yeah, would it
No.
translate? No, it would have to be, I guess, done a little differently.
yeah,
sure.
you'd have to
There
change
is a-
him and do some other stuff. It's
Well,
certain
the thing
charm.
is, you've seen it.
Yeah.
You've seen it in 1/18 scale, so it doesn't add anything by blowing it up.
Yeah, and that's, I think, for me, because that's where my mind goes. I see the charm of the items as they were, I don't want to say meant to be, but as they were revealed or originally envisioned or rolled out, or whatever turn of phrase you want to use. So when I look at a 4-inch modern 50th anniversary low light, and then I see the 6-inch low light, it doesn't do anything for me. So I think I think where I'm going with this, if I was going to see Action Force in 1/18 scale, I wouldn't want to see it in modern construction. I'd want to see it like O-ring or 5 POA, like this one right here. Just go something totally different and change it up.
Yeah,
rather
like almost
than
de-evolutionize it almost.
Yeah.
Strip
De-evolve.
away the some of the hyper details and just soften it up a little bit. And,
Yeah, there's a certain charm to that. The sculpted details on the O-ring figures, some of those were really intricate and neat, and definitely understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of just me. Like,
Sure. I mean, if you just had them in both scales and they were identical, just shrunk down, why would people need both of them? So, you'd be appealing to people who like the retro stuff with a modern twist, and then you'd have the people that love their, what are those people called? That like the 1/12 stuff, those crazies, those lunatics, they'd have something to feast on as well.
the compensators. I don't know. I'm just kidding. Zama Rogue says, Thunder Machine, fuck the world. Oh, for the win. I'm sorry. For the win. My bad. And then Ken's Toy says, the Fang was my first. The Fang's rad. And that's one thing that I've always loved about, I'm going to say G.I. Joe more so than a lot of other lines, because, Mask wasn't 1/18 scale, but it was really about the vehicles, and you could get a Boulder Hill, you could get a Rhino, or you could get a Condor. They had different price points, and that's one thing that
is something
that I always loved about smaller scales have different price points. Yeah, I could get an X-Wing fighter, or I could get a mini rig.
Yeah.
But Joe was like, to me, I am biased. I'll be honest. Spoiler alert. Not just G.I. Joe, but everything kind of in that left and right limits of G.I. Joe, to include the Palatoy Action Force stuff. They had larger items, and then they had smaller items. They had bases, they had battlefield accessories, they had large vehicles, small vehicles, mid-range vehicles.
Oh
if
yeah.
mom and dad couldn't afford you the whale, you could get the devilfish. If they couldn't afford you, the 83 headquarters, you could get a battlefield accessory or something like
Yeah.
that. There was always something you could walk out of the store with. And that's why I like that scale. Really. Curbstomp says, I collect 118, 112, and 16, and that is rad.
Yeah.
Let me ask the two of you a question. I'm going to ask you a question. If I own 112 and 16 scale in my collection, I own both of those scales as well. But I only own 2 figures in this scale and about 20 in that scale. Does that make me a collector of those scales?
I wouldn't necessarily. You're not going. It's not your. You're not going out of your way to acquire it. I mean, I have 2 1/6 scale pieces in my collection that are sentimental to me, but
yeah,
I'm not going out of my way to go collect that scale. I mean, I would say I probably collect both 112th and 118th only because I collect everything of Action Force. But then 118th, I have a lot wider breadth of what I collect on that.
Yeah, so I would agree that would make you a collector of 112th.
Just a very focused collector.
Yeah,
sure.
Yep.
Well, I would say also it's your future plans as well. You could be very interested in the 112. You only have acquired a couple pieces, but you're looking for more.
Yeah.
And we constantly change what we collect, and I don't have any strict rules to follow. It's just that my natural kind of I've always gone for the 118 scale stuff.
Yeah, your natural inclination is go to what you've always kind of right. I don't know if it's a comfort thing or a memory thing. I don't like to use the word nostalgia, right? Because I think nostalgia has a specific focus and target. And I don't buy these toys because of nostalgia, really. I think nostalgia is a little different than like, oh, these are the toys I had when I was a kid. As opposed to, oh, this reminds me of the toys I had when I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I used to ask, when looking at a toy on the shelf, though, is like, does it G.I. Joe? Can I integrate this somehow into my G.I. Joe,
Does this go
world?
Joe?
Does this Joe?
Coming home.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And if this goes Joe, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Ooh.
Nice.
George Aiken's favorite is the sea lion.
By the dozen.
By the dozens.
I was just talking about his setup, man.
Ian Sweeney says the original Hiss.
Yes, very nice.
Frostbite's in the house from Australia. Good to see you, Frostbite.
Hey.
Thanks for being here. Cutthroat says, I love the whale, plus it floats. Yeah.
Yes.
Suka, my good friend Suka says, I'm just here to fight the first person who says the stun is there. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking the stun is my favorite Cobra vehicle.
It's gotta be someone.
Total lie.
If it's one thing I learned in my adult life is, even like the thing that just the crappiest G.I. Joe vehicle that we all goofed on when we were kids, you'll find someone who's like, that's my absolute favorite. It's the only thing I owned as a child. I have the fondest of memories with it. And you just have to accept it. At first you're like, that, okay. All right.
Yeah. Mr. Vargo, I think this question is for you. The Detonator was the only vehicle you had?
Well, so it was a real American hero, because in reality, I'm a baby. I wasn't even alive when a real American hero was on show.
Yeah. Right. So you came in at post 94.
Yep. So everything I got a real American hero was from garage sales, older siblings, was all secondhand. Now Real American Hero collection, the blue packaging, the Toys R Us stuff, that was what I had the bulk of, and then integrated in with the few Real American Hero stuff I had. So
understood. Curbstop says my favorite Real American Hero vehicles are the Badger and the General.
Very nice. Yeah.
Badger's a fun little,
perfect example, right, of a lower price point vehicle and a freaking awesome vehicle / playset.
Yeah.
Curbstomp, do you still have the Badger and the General? Let me know. Jim Largo says Slaughter's Marauders Warthog was my favorite.
All right. Yeah, the Warthog's a mean machine, man. I love it. It's so great.
The repainted Night Rhino is really cool too.
Yes. I've got one.
Yeah, the Night Rhino is cool. Yeah, I like it.
I've got two. I got one on my shelf for me and one for Largo. I'm sending down his way. He's going to use them with his Delta 17 stuff.
Hell yeah. Speaking of hell yeah, Severus Snape, new channel member. Thank you so much, Severus Snape. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy it and feel that it's worth your funding. TJC says, hit the like button, people. Yeah, it's cool. We got almost 100 people hanging out with us. Frostbite says the Snowcat was the most amazing vehicle release.
You know what? He's
Frostbite would say that, though.
Yeah,
true.
Frostbite would.
But the Snowcat was really nice. I really liked that.
Okay, but
the Polar Battle Bear was also cool. I had that before I had the Snowcat.
Oh, what about this one?
Oh,
what about that? Does that count? Does it not count? Because this will Joe, right? It'll absolutely Joe. It's a Joe design, but is it Joe? No,
yeah.
It's not, right? It doesn't say G.I. Joe, but it is G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Well,
I love this one. This one's freaking rad.
And they stacked another cannon on top of the missile rack. Yeah,
it's like missiles upon missiles upon stuff. Yeah.
Well, that's what Street Fighter did that with the Vamp. They re-released too, right? They just they left throw another missile launcher on top of it already.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then there's the Hella Fighter. It's like it's more of a Z Force green than it is a G.I. Joe olive drab green. And there's no Joe on it, but I'd still call that a Snowcat. It's just purple. Purple cat. It's Panther? I'm going to call it the Panther. That's it. How about that?
The Cobra Panther.
Lord of Thane.
Lord of Thane.
I want to say that's Southwest. Southwest?
Star Wars. Yeah.
Damn it. Anyway, hello. Good to see you.
Awesome guy. Yeah, go check him out. I just watched him before this show over on Pirates of the Galaxy.
Cool.
They were doing a Wednesday work in progress show, showing off some people's custom creations, and I gotta say, blown away by the talent and creativity of that entire group. Just awesome.
Cool. Well, I will definitely check that out. Speaking of checking out, if you guys have not, everybody who's hanging out in the chat, if you haven't checked out Mr. Vargo and Mr. Will here, all their links are in the description below. Please go check them out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just broke 400 during the stream.
Nice. Great.
Rad, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Just Jeff says, hey, Chad, here's a vague message that nobody else knows what I'm talking about vaguely. Just got the call we talked about, and yep, it's as we feared. So,
oh, dear Lord.
Just Jeff got a line on a person who was selling their entire collection and just wanted it gone. And so what was kind of agreed upon with Jeff by this person was, I want to sell like all the sub teams complete, all the Tiger Force, all the Python Patrol, all the Night Force, had all of the Night Force stuff. And so I told Jeff, get me a dollar amount and I will buy all of the Night Force. And then this person kind of flaked, right? And disappeared for about a week. And we figured that, they probably got curious and went on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I lost out on an entire Night Force collection.
But good luck selling over there, man. It's going to be a lot harder. Chad showing up with a wad of cash, taking it all away. Nice.
And you're going to lose 15 to 20% anyways.
Yeah.
Yep. And the tax and all that stuff. And not even worth it. Yeah. Cutthroat says the whale was rad. Matt Moon's here. What's up, Matt? And says, hey, all. Although I didn't have it growing up, now my favorite vehicle is the Monster Blaster.
And of course, look at that.
It's just convenient. I have a whole bunch of 90s sealed vehicles right next to me right now.
Yeah. And that's all good. Joe Fan 84 is here. What's up? Good to see you. Gerard O'Connor says, always wanted the Rolling Thunder as a kid.
Yeah.
That is 100% toyetic.
Most of those vehicles were because of space limitations. Were like you don't want to get that one, get 2 of these, or something like that. So
Yeah.
I'd wind up with I had double fangs and 2 claws and a lot more of the
Bunch of
smaller
Cobra
vehicles.
flight pods sitting around and snake
Yeah.
armor and
But when it came to those big
Grand
boxes,
cycles.
the parents were like, ooh,
It's kind of big. That's what she
That's
said.
why I think my tactical battle platform got more play than any of the big play sets I had because it was so much easier to, move around and take with
break it
me.
down, flip it over, put the legs inside. You can take it anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the designers, when they were all on with Dan Klingensmith on his channel, was asked if you could redo any vehicle, what would you redesign? And he specifically said the Rolling Thunder because of the wheel pegs, right? The way the wheels actually peg onto the body. And he said, I would have done just the metal bar across instead of the wheel pegs, which is funny because the reason I have 2 is I bought one 100% complete and the person I bought it from just chucked it down in a box. And when I took it out of the box, all the wheels on one side fell off.
Oh, yeah. I know
that's an issue with some of those bigger vehicles that just use the peg system, like the Detonator or the General.
Yeah, the General for sure. Yeah.
Yep, you got to be careful with those.
Yeah. So he said he would have redone. He did say the Rolling Thunder, but then he said all the vehicles that had the wheel pegs. Yeah, for sure. Michael said, I had the 1/18 scale Blue Thunder. Does that count? Yep.
Yes, it does. Hold on.
Are you going to get it? He's
Yeah.
going to get it.
I'm going to get it.
He's going to get it.
I'm going to get it. I got it. Blue Thunder, peeping Toms in a helicopter.
Ooh, yeah, Pete.
This is a Chat-made propeller. When I bought it, I didn't realize it didn't have the right propeller, but
dude, that chopper design is so rad.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I rewatched the movie and I'm like, they're like, they go and watch the lady doing naked yoga at 11 p.m. every night. I was like, what the hell? I forgot that part of the movie.
That's such a great helicopter, though.
But yeah, and who is it? Oh, over on Toy Polloi, he just did a restoration of one. And he actually, if you need stickers for yours, he has them all on there. So I was thinking about printing some up. Mine are in pretty good shape, but I need a new propeller, wings over here. Something broke off here. I got work to do, but it was cheap.
Still rad.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. If you can get something that's not very expensive and then fix it or complete it or repair it, that's awesome because not only are you saving money, but you're restoring a piece of art.
Yep.
Kind of the way I always
look at it. The way that worked out was my buddy was doing a video tour of a toy shop. The one he works at, Bjorn Jorgensen. That's where I got it from. Yeah, he was doing a video tour, and this thing was hanging from the ceiling. And I said, whoa, hold up, rewind, let's go back. How much is that thing on the ceiling? And his boss said, give me a good price. And I said, yeah, rip it down, send it to me. Here's the cash.
Awesome.
I've been looking for one for a long time.
Yeah, Just Jeff did the same thing for me at some store, and he was panning, and I was like, wait. Is that a 118 Haya Ed 209? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, gimme.
Yes.
And once I got the 118 scale one, I was like, I think I should have got the 112th. I think the 112th would have been a better scale for Ed 209.
A little more menacing, yeah.
He's not that big.
No.
Yeah, he's really not. Cobra Saboteur says, the Whale is definitely my favorite vehicle. It came out several years before I was born, but my folks got one complete at a comic shop when I was little. I had many battles in the bathtub versus eels and hydro vipers.
Nice.
Awesome. Very cool. Richard Vasquez says Action Man 90s to 2000s.
That would have been a fun line in 1/18 scale.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Dig it. Yeah, and Bjorn says 1/18 scale swarm figures would be dope. I think that would be cool, yeah.
Yeah.
I do see their I see their charm in 112th.
If he just did a box set of 4 figures, I would be happy. Just here's a Steel Brigade, the Swarm, Condor, and Karak. Just as a special box set. like he did, kind of like he did with the retro Desert Rat. Just here's this one little one off. I'd be like, that's cool for me.
Yeah, I would love it.
Last time he was on when we were hanging out, and he's like, I'm not going to do anything else in 1/18 scale. And I'm like, what's up with that shit then? And he was like, oh, that was just to take up space. I was like, freaking jerk. Gerard says Rolling Thunder was almost a playset.
True.
I would say it is.
Yeah.
We talked about that on our playset.
Yeah, because it has a recon vehicle that you can conduct reconnaissance out of the Rolling Thunder and come back to it. Yeah, I would say it's also a playset.
Well, like I said, I think when you have the missile silos facing up, you've got that whole
it kind of transforms
basically
into a vehicle. It's got like a vehicle mode and like a launch mode or a base mode. Yes,
the whole thing opens up. Where the missiles sit in those divots in the bottom, you can put a vamp in there. The wheel wells fit in it perfectly.
Ton of play value there, man. Yeah, it's probably you probably play more with it in the open position than just rolling it around. You're not going to do a car chase with it.
No. Yeah, HGC says I don't think Mythic Legions would be as good in 1/18. The 112 suits Legions with its detail and accessories.
Yeah, and like we said with Action Force, we wouldn't want it to be an exact replica. We would want it, kind of be de-evolved form of it. And I think Mythic Legions, I don't know if a de-evolved version of that would work as well for the property.
Kind of give them like an old school, like Dungeons and Dragons feel.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, for sure. They can hang out with your War Duke. Zaymot says, I'd like to see Thundercats with more than 5 points of articulation.
And not, expensive? I guess not.
I guess expensive.
Yeah, I think he followed that one up.
1/18 scale Universal Monsters would be cool. I mean, they made Universal Monsters in 1/18 scale a long time ago, didn't they?
Yeah, like 5 POA guys, but sometimes they join.
That's like the 70s and the 80s that they're making those. I'd love to see the Ghostbusters in 1/18 scale.
Hey.
That's weird.
Boston makes me feel good.
I think you're gonna again. Yeah, you're gonna again. An O-ring.
Yeah. I can't wait. I think that's gonna be great.
Ken's Toy says Action Force or 90s movie Turtles. Okay. Oh yeah, and then Zaymot said extravagantly priced. Dan phone sent too soon. Yeah, that happens all the time.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. It
is a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer.
It's a vehicle-friendly line. The movie is based
on a toy
what we called HIC or high-intensity conflict warfare. Like that is a vehicle line all day long. And then Carson from 3D Joe's is here and just says 100%.
Well, he's 100% awesome. That guy's a maniac. I love him. He's the best.
He's one that dabbles in numerous scales, but for sure.
He more than dabbles in G.I. Joe.
Oh, he said, different scales call for different aesthetic.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bjorn says 1/18 Adventure Team. I have some from the club.
They had those
Joe Club stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have some of those. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, the club put out like one of each of the Adventurer, and then you got like Dr. Venom, I think, right?
And humanoids.
1/18 scale and humanoids would be cool, but then like Decompose and all of them, they could still be gigantic. Yeah. 1/18 scale Masters of the Universe with Modern Joe articulation. They almost made 3 3/4 inch Masters. Almost did. I don't know where that went, but
I think Ace was trying from Ramen Toys was trying to launch that again too, and I think Mattel said nah.
You might be right. Zaymot says, okay, how about this? What playset would you like to be done? I'm not talking something that's been done. I mean new. Like what type, play features, etc.
So I think you have to design it for children. And I think, I know as adult collectors, we're not super into like app integrated toys, but I think for kids, you got to do something like that. Integrate it with your phone where you can like, use your phone to activate missiles, like turn it around and stuff like
That
that.
would
I
be
think
pretty sweet. Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
how you get the kids
I would like
in.
that.
But
Yeah, or
You
like
know,
some
I
of
know
those
as
play
adults.
features, like the
Yeah.
92 base, where you could hit a button on and it's and the tower collapses or something like that. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Or even like this Conquest of Cobra Mountain playset. I mean, obviously it was repurposed from Star Wars Geonosis Arena, but it's awesome. It's got all these things, and you push them, and this falls down, and this collapses, and holes in the wall, and
It's got a jail cell. What more do you need?
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, any playset I feel needs a jail cell because that's kind of a common thing. If you want to go back to the 79 Death Star, okay, trash compactor, sure. I mean, it's still going to contain your enemies or whatever. I would like to see that Cobra Island playset that Kirk Bazigian's talked about.
Yes.
The one that unfolded. I would have liked to have seen that. I know a lot of people say like the Silent Temple, but I really wanted to see that Cobra Island playset come to fruition. I thought that would have been cool. Will, is there anything specifically you'd like to see?
Like playsets like for modern lines that we have coming out now. I mean, I would love like if Operation Recall, Delta 17, Call Sign Longbow, Legends of the Hidden Force. One of them, I wish they would do a playset. Even a mini playset would be cool.
Yeah, Legends of the Hidden Force could do like a dojo.
Yeah, they could just do a dojo, or we could just have like a mobile.
You could use it with your Ninja Force figures too.
I would love it. I would love it if they did something like that. And I know it's a totally different game, than sculpting and putting out figures, but we're getting a lot of figure sets. So, like I said, I would love even new, like the G.I. Joe play sets, like the Bivouac and the Watchtower and Checkpoint Alpha. I would love someone to kind of put those together, but make them interconnectable so they could like connect together and create a bigger play set. So you could buy, 6 of them and then get them
like the Star Wars micro stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Cloud City and the Death Star one and all that stuff where you saw they just connected. They all connected together. I think that would be fantastic.
Or like the Cobra, what was the one where it was like half an igloo? What the hell was it called? The Cobra.
The bunker?
The bunker. But it was always half a bunker. And I always
you get 2 of them and you have a whole bunker.
yeah. So like something like that where you could add on to it, and kind of.
Yeah, but you could even do something like a Cobra bunker and a surveillance port. They're the same color blue, but make something where they connect either front to back or side to side or something like that too. Yeah. Battle Force 2000 tried it.
Well, they should have kept trying. No,
I
had all of Battle Force 2000, and I actually
they didn't really click together. They just kind of
they just kind of laid there together.
Yeah, they just mingled.
But I liked the vehicles by themselves, not even with the alt features or anything.
Yeah,
I like some of those vehicles.
I got a Battle Force 2000 sitting right here.
Yep, and some of the figures too. It was a nice attempt, but.
Marco says I collect any scale as long as it's G.I. Joe related.
Okay.
I got to ask you guys a question, and this kind of goes for everybody in the chat too. And I'm a little behind.
Oh.
What do you think about it? And I'm not saying this is Marco's sentiment, but I'm sure the 3 of us have all heard it, and everyone who's hanging out with us, as I point to the chat off screen that no one else can see but us. This chat over here.
Those guys, yeah.
Yeah. These people. I'm sure we've all heard the sentiment that you're not a real collector of X if you don't buy all the scales. What do you think about that? Because I've been told that numerous times.
Yeah.
Right? If I don't buy classified, I'm not a real Joe collector.
I like Marco is so into G.I. Joe that he collects any scale as long as it's Joe related. He's a real fan, and that's great. But I think people that don't follow that shouldn't be lesser than, because they just collect what we like. We all have our own personal kind of likes and dislikes, and things we're into, and in some cases, just space constraints, monetary constraints. And I don't think there's any shame in anyone's game. Collect what you like and love it. Be happy, just be proud of what you like and go for it. If he wants to collect everything G.I. Joe, awesome. If you don't, that's cool too.
And that's kind of how I see it. Vargo will get to you in a second, but I see it the exact same way. Like what you like, whatever brings you joy is awesome. But that whole not giving the courtesy in the opposite direction is uncool. I'm actually a huge fan of collecting all this kind of stuff. Cups, birthday door hangers, and sticker sheets and that.
Yeah, a few years ago, I found like G.I. Joe sticker sheets in the Walmart clearance aisle, but I got them because I was like, oh, I could use these stickers as like logos for my vehicles or customs.
Yeah,
it was like $1.20 for the book, and I bought it. Yeah.
And I'm not a big O-ring person, but how could you not buy this?
Yes.
The freaking keychain figures, and it was a steel sealed, and I was like, that's mine. Yeah. But I don't know. If I like it, I'll get it. I've got freaking GoBots, Why? I don't know, because I think they're fun. That's it. Vargo, what do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that you're not a real fan if you don't collect everything, especially when it's considered to Joe.
And again, I'm not saying Marco's saying that, so I'm going to remove that. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's such a bullshit response, because Joe's been around for so long. It's been, I mean, you have the 12-inch stuff. You've got the Real American Hero. Then you've got Sergeant Savage. Then you've got G.I. Joe Extreme. Then you go back to 3 3/4. Then you've got both sales of Sigma 6. And then you go to class. I mean, they've got Joe's touched every single scale almost at this point. Where how can you say, you can't? It's unreasonable I think, at this point, to collect everything G.I. Joe. So the statement that just because you're not collecting classified, you're not supporting everything. I think are those people supporting everything that G.I. Joe's ever put out? Do they have the 2.5-inch Sigma 6? Do they have the 8-inch larger Sigma 6? I mean, it's you got to buy what you want, what you like, what appeals to you. 3 3/4-inch people cannot like 6-inch scale stuff. I'm sure there's somebody out there that likes G.I. Joe Extreme more than any other, G.I. Joe brand.
There's weirdos out there that even like G.I. Joe Built to Rule.
Yeah, G.I. Joe Built to Rule.
And is doing a live show on Sunday where he's building one. I mean, there's
what's funny?
Out there.
I have the Built to Rule base sitting over there, and every time I look at that box, I'm like, I need to build that.
Come on Sunday and build it with me?
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm going to build it. Actually, I'm sorry. I built something last week on stream, and to save the audience the agony, I'm going to build it with a time-lapse camera. I have it figured out. So I'm going to build it before the show, and then people can see it. But if you just want to show off your box, dude, Sunday, come on my show. Hang out.
You want to see my box?
Yes, I want to see it. Yeah, I need
good pictures, buddy.
Of it. I can't find good pictures of the base. There are 0 bases on eBay right now.
Really?
I cannot find one. So I'd love if you could send me some good pictures of the base.
Yeah, Chad, you've got that BTR Hiss too. That one's pretty.
Dude,
I do have the BTR Hiss
too. I didn't even know they made that. That is badass. I was doing some research. Badass. And if I got Chad on stream, I could just be like, Chad, go fetch. He can bring it over.
I think the BTR stuff is cool. If it would have been slightly better quality, I think that they would have taken off.
Yeah, I think they could have used a little more polish on it, and it would have been, because even this set is a big boy too. This one, the Armadillo.
Yeah,
it's 126 pieces, but yeah, I've got 4 of them here that I'm going to build. But the Cobra Raven is only 37 pieces.
Yeah, this is only 77. It's not bad.
It's not bad. These aren't
the
bad.
base is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. That one's pretty. But it's got like 3 modes, right? You could do it in like 3 different modes. Pretty nice.
Yeah. Robert's Infinite Realms, what's up, buddy? Says, I feel Action Force is 1/12th and Joe is 1/18th. There can be crossover, but they should exist in their respective scales.
Gotta keep them separated.
I've always felt that this is just me, right? And I don't hate on people for having different opinions, but 1/12 Joe is all fine. It's all well and good. Just like, 1/6 is what cemented G.I. Joe as the, movable fighting man. But 118 is such a versatile scale for world building with military based lines. It prints money.
Yeah.
You
I think
can have
that-
large things and small things and, mid price points and all that stuff. And I think that 1/12 or 1/6 scale Joe should be the exception and not the rule. And I feel that there are a lot of people who just think like Marvel Legends money, Marvel Legends money, Marvel Legends money. And they're like, we need to put all these IPs in that same scale. It doesn't work for Star Wars as far as like world building because they put out vehicles and they kind of all went to clearance. Even though that snowspeeder is freaking rad, but that's just a personal opinion. But,
Well, yeah, I think each scale has its pluses,
yeah, I do. I agree
guess
as
there's,
well.
like,
I think there's
photography,
advantages and disadvantages for
1/6
all
scale
scales.
looks amazing. Even 1/12 scale. I mean, I've seen beautiful stuff in 1/18 scale as well, but it's really for what are your tastes? What do you like? You know what I mean? And you go for it.
I'm just I think soft goods look great on 1/6, but you put soft goods on 118, and I'm like, yeah.
I'm not even a huge fan of soft goods on 1/12 scale stuff. It just looks a little too big to me. But 1/6 scale, I think it looks great.
Those Strike Force Alpha capes look pretty good though. They came out nice.
Yeah,
they're pretty good.
And even Marauders they're doing some soft good stuff now, but it's sparingly, it's few and far between, and I think that's great.
Destro, where he had that little half cape, the second edition of Destro, Gold Head Destro, looks so nice. I like that. Oh, yep, love that. That is like one of my favorite figures, man.
Especially the modern one, like it looks so good. Yeah. Serpentor, right?
Yeah.
Mindbender.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it works for certain things. Jim Largo's asking, would you collect a full set of Action Force if they were like the Stan Solo Desert Rat? Yes.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, but now then I'll have to collect the Palatoy stuff even more.
I know. That is like the next frontier for me is like,
and that's the thing, because I have a bunch of the, I have a whole bunch of the Palatoy stuff, so they would fit right in with that. So
yeah,
I'm totally cool with that being 5 POA because that's
that's
where it's at with
like
that line.
Like a throwback set, like a retro commemorative set. We're on like an anniversary of Palatoy Action Force or something like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I think it goes well because the name Action Force. There you go. 5 POA, do it retro. Sure, I absolutely would.
Team up with Stan Solo. Just put a couple more of these guys out.
That's it. There you go. Death Skull says, I collect dollies.
But do you collect the right scale? Because are you collecting the right scale, son?
The right scale. The right scale. Collector is collecting in action.
Yes.
Like the active.
Yeah.
Active. I don't understand this. Chad sounds like Donald Duck.
Really?
Maybe he thinks you're full of quack.
Cobra Saboteur. I disagree. Well, now we have to hate you.
Oh man.
Sorry.
And we were having such a good time.
That's it. Let me go on Instagram and start flaming you, buddy. Wait, you're not my buddy anymore. I'm sorry. I disagree, as I happen to enjoy scale parity, where 118 and 1/12 are of the same design. Star Wars, Black Series, and Vintage Collection have been doing this for years, and I dig having the same exact figure, more or less, at different scales.
Yeah.
Totally cool. That's totally cool. And really, if you look back on the history of the Black Series, the Vintage Collection is just the Black Series coming back, right? Because the Black Series started off as a 4-inch collector's scale, or like collectors.
Yeah, they were like the Star Wars figures with a little bit more accessories.
Some more
and
paint
whatnot.
ass,
They were
some
like
more
a- they were
tempo,
like a
different
deluxe,
packaging.
yeah.
It was like
yeah, they were in like a special
this
box.
is for
I
like
think,
the
right?
discreet collector, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Only the
Whereas,
finest
Sure.
Black Series, yes.
and I think that's great, man. If it works for Star Wars,
most
it could work for
distinguished,
GI Joe.
Star
It could
Wars fans.
absolutely work for Joe.
Mhm.
But I wonder. So the thing with Star Wars is you're getting both lines right now. Joe, you're not getting both lines. So
Yeah.
how, we know that we would like that at this point.
But
right?
here's the thing: remember that freaking that rumor that they were going to bring back the figure subscription service for 4-inch modern articulated Joes, which makes sense because if you look at the landscape of how they're treating a lot of the IPs now, you have some that's in-house where the risk is on them, and then you have a lot of stuff going out of house where the risk is not on them. So you've got Super 7 about to roll out their O-ring 3 3/4-inch Joes. Well, all the risk is on Super 7, and they still have to pay the royalties to Hasbro, so Hasbro gets paid no matter what. If you bring back 4-inch modern articulated Joes in a figure subscription service, it makes sense as far as their mindset because you pay for it in advance. It's basically a year-long HasLab for dollies.
Yep.
You pay in advance. It's already paid for. So, but then there's all that shake-up stuff that was going on with the third quarter and the fourth quarter reports. The first quarter of this year actually turned out better, but then you see that next vintage collection HasLab got pushed back, which pushed back the Joe HasLab or the classified HasLab. I always make sure classified is classified, right? It pushes back to classified HasLab. Like, where the hell's that Cup Triple T? So you can see that stuff has been pushed back because the Cup Triple T was originally supposed to have already been announced. They actually said they were going to announce it, and then they didn't do it. So, well, whatever. Johnny Sorensen, what's up? Says like it, subscribe it, and 118 it.
Johnny, he's a great guy.
Yeah, Johnny is rad.
Love Johnny.
Larry here says, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Jim Largo. I'm trilingual in dolly collecting. I speak 118, 112, and 16. Yeah, you do, man. And that's totally cool. I like what Bjorn says. I collect what looks cool to me.
Yeah,
At the end of the day,
Bjorn has like 386 Lego minifigs. He's got this huge collection. It's amazing.
That's cool.
I'm sure he's going to correct me on that.
Yeah, actually. Well, Bjorn, if you don't say actually, it doesn't count. Right? That's not a correction unless you say actually, and I will kick it out. World Made of Cardboard says, with building cardboard toys, 118 scale was perfect. Vehicles and play sets could be made of various sizes. Yep. Absolutely.
Speaking of a world made of cardboard and his awesome 118 scale stuff, he put this design out and template for free on his YouTube channel. If you guys go check out a world made of cardboard, and I printed out, I built it, not nearly as good as his, but yeah, it's got a cockpit,
awesome.
Fits a 118 scale dolly perfectly.
Yep.
And
that's sweet.
Dude, that thing's rad.
You should go print one out and build it yourself. It's awesome.
Well, I'll go do that right now. I've got a lot of cardboard sitting around. Right? Might as well. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Samuel Edwards says, I've been hooked on 164 scale. The damn cars are everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, those are so tempting, and I get into them and I get out of them, but I'll see something really awesome, and they're still only like $1, maybe $1.25. So you could just buy up a whole shitload of them. Yeah.
And that's the thing. A lot of people want to talk about like dolly collectors. Do not get in the way of a Hot Wheels collector and some pegs. Like, they will push you out of the way. They're always there, like 7 a.m. Always there. Zaymot says, I would say that just collecting a line of any scale makes you a collector of that line, not scale.
Yeah, true.
I collect Masters of the Universe Origins, but I'm not a 5.5-inch collector, for example. That makes perfect sense. It does. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Gojatron, Hasbro needs to license Micronauts to a company that will use it. They're 118 legends. They are.
Yes.
They absolutely are.
Hasbro could do the license out a couple of properties at this point.
I really would have liked to have seen that mask license go to Ramen. And all they did was renew it. You know, they have to renew licenses and trademarks and stuff. Otherwise, that's how you get double clutch instead of clutch and things like that. And you know, Sergeant Flash versus Flash. And that's how you lose Baroness, and that's how you lose Nemesis Enforcer.
Steel Brigade.
Steel Brigade. I was just going to say that. Steel Brigade. Action Force. Shit. Last time I had Bobby on, he and I talked openly about how he almost bought Serpentor and could have bought Flint. So them renewing the mask license or trademark doesn't mean like everybody's like, oh, new mask toys are going to come out. No, that's not what that means. It just means that lessons learned. Let's renew that trademark.
Well, that's why they put that roadblock in that San Diego Comic-Con set a couple years ago, just so they didn't lose the trademark.
The Revolution set?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that's cool because that's how that business works, right? Death Skull says late 90s babies unite.
All right.
That's you, Vargo?
Yo.
You 90s kid?
Yep.
So is Bjorn.
At the end.
That's okay. Happy Accident. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. James Lucas, Striker and Thunder Machine are my favorites. Just got a Badger to customize. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh, man.
Chris Yeager, freaking Cobra Bug, baby.
Yeah.
I never had the Bug when I was a kid, and it was one of those vehicles when I was seriously getting back into collecting as an adult, once all my like deploy, reset, when that started winding down and I had the ability to just be stateside and collect, I never really had interest in the Bug until I started getting everything on my list because I was very focused at first. I straight went through the Belomo guide. I bought everything 82, everything 83, everything 84. I did it like very methodically. And then I started getting into those later years and I was like warming up to it as I was getting closer, to the year of the Bug.
And I probably didn't love it until I saw the G.I. Joe Berg video with the Cobra Bug where they had it underwater.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, man. And they have the whale. They're dropping depth charges on it. It was just awesome. Yeah.
Oh, they do some great videos.
Yeah.
I think the Bug is one of those that you really need to have it in your hand and like
you do
play with it to like fully appreciate it as a vehicle,
or at least in your physical space. Like you got to see it up close, because if you just see pictures of it, you're like, that's kind of bulbous looking. It's a little weird. But then when you get in front of it, you're like, that's kind of cool. I kind of dig it. Yeah. Soul Brother #1 says vehicle I hated was the Fang to this day.
Really?
That's cool. That's cool. And Mr. Madgus is here and says, hello, Dolly lovers. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here.
Hey.
Carson says Dreadnought Thunder Machine, a Pontiac front end, and a jet engine in the back. That's party in the front and business in the rear. Definitely is. Yeah. And then Forum Icebreaker says it's the frosted canopy. It's forever frosted.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The
Snowcat, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Johnny Sorensen says it's an invitation across the nation, a chance for folks to meet. They'll be fighting in the streets. Yeah. Oh, and this is how far behind I am. Talking about my Devastator that says it's Joe enough, purple notwithstanding. The Cobra Mamba says what?
Yeah, right.
Fang 2.
Yeah. Fang 2, yeah.
Yeah, and then Just Jeff says that's not a snowcat, it's a hip cat. Tyler's here. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you.
Hey.
And then Jim Largo says, I'm looking forward to watching Star Trek on May the 5th just to piss off the Star Wars crowd. Isn't that Revenge of the 5th?
No.
Yeah.
May the Force be with you.
Cobra Saboteur says, I have to take off. Have a great rest of the stream, gentlemen, and I'll definitely catch the rest on replay. Thank you very much.
You should be in a surprise when he watches this back and realizes you're not friends anymore.
Well, I hope the joke still goes over, but
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bob says, "Hey pirates."
Oh, I think he's
What's up,
talking to
Beta Ray?
Pirates of the Galaxy. He's in the chat there. He also hosts that weekly
Oh yeah, right there.
Wednesday
Sorry.
Work in Progress. Yeah, awesome
Yeah,
guy.
good to see you, pirates.
Yep.
My bad.
Amazing.
Fred F says, "My favorite was the APC. Just loved it. Was a carrying case too."
Not
And then you
everyone-
have
and it
Palatoy.
floats.
Yeah, it does float. That's right. It is amphibious. And then you
Yes.
have the Palatoy ATC, which is
the APC Plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Greg says the Joe Space Shuttle and its launching base was one I always wished I had as a kid. So the Defiant. I had a friend who had it. Damn, it was cool to see. It is gigantic.
That's what she said.
Yeah,
You need
it's
two
big.
people to take it across a parking lot.
Exactly. Yeah, Scuba Pete and
Didn't you guys?
Jeff Barker, right?
yeah, Jeff Barker. That's right.
Didn't you guys chop down a tree and fashion a stretcher for it? To carry it?
It's sitting on a 3/4 inch like square of plywood. They brought it out like a wedding cake, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's gonna take up the whole back of my car, man." Yeah, the Defiant is gigantic. I mean, obviously, it doesn't take up the real estate of the flag, but it also doesn't break down like the flag does.
Well,
Yeah.
it breaks.
I think it's
Just
massive.
not down.
Guy Cassidy designed the Rolling Thunder.
Ah, yes.
It was Guy Cassidy, yeah. Rumor has it someone's doing a table read of The Empire Strikes Back soon, Chad. Yeah, next Saturday.
Nice.
A bunch of us are doing a table read of Empire on
Well,
Dave Bartlett's channel.
Saturday, not next.
That's great, man. Yeah. I will check that out.
George Aiken says, I had 200 Cobra officers in 1987. Just let that sink in. 200 Cobra officers in
know.
87.
Every time he comments, I get sad, or every time he posts a picture, I
So,
want
so
that.
he's been this way.
You just
since
get a little more jealous like every time.
Well, at least we know George has been this way since 1987.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he has that super secret magical wardrobe to the the Narnia of Palatoy, and he just goes through it and comes back with all these things, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Shadow Track. Here's 40 of them."
Yeah,
Whatever.
he has some kind of replicator technology.
He does.
Just-
Okay, look, we got to get serious. Blue Thunder versus Airwolf. Go.
okay.
Will says, "Okay, I'll bite." Yeah, let's go.
Shows. For as far as the show goes, I'd say Airwolf wins because the Blue Thunder show was like only a few episodes and it kind of out.
And you
I
have
think
names like
Airwolf
Stringfellow
is
Hawk.
more like sci-fi ish with the technology and stuff and like what it can do. So capability wise, it's probably more capable because they could like they had that little computer room in the back and the dude just like beep beep beep. It had a new feature every week.
Yeah.
But as far as like looking badass and just being cool as shit, I think Blue Thunder just looks cooler. That's just my opinion though.
Yeah, I like the whole clandestine spin of Airwolf, right? Where they keep it, no one really knows about it because everybody who was there got killed, and and this whole thing. And Airwolf's very like Black Ops, and just Sinjin and Stringfellow and all these cool names, and you got Archangel with a freaking eye patch in his white suit, and dude's playing a cello, out on a dock with like a hawk. There's all sorts of weird stuff going on with Airwolf, but Blue Thunder is just really straightforward, kind of badass too. So yeah. Vargo,
I'd have to go with Airwolf just because I watched it with my dad a lot growing up.
Definitely.
did you guys hear the fate of the Airwolf helicopter?
The one that was being like the Kickstarter or
No. The actual helicopter that was Airwolf.
oh no.
So after the show, it was sold. It became an air ambulance, and it crashed and was destroyed and killed everybody on board.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks, right?
Blue Thunder never actually existed as a helicopter. They had
Airwolf did. Airwolf
yeah,
was
they had
real.
like a full size model, and because I was going to do a whole video on it, so I kind of did a little bit of research. But then they just had like a model and like a front end that they like bolted onto a real helicopter.
Yeah.
The scenes you see where it's flying is like an RC helicopter mostly in the movie.
HGC says Blue Thunder and the Gay Toys Black Attack Chopper, pretty decent tag team. I actually just got that Gay Toys Chopper, and I'm gonna make it Night Force because it's perfect.
Dude, that's awesome. That thing is spendy, right? You can't really.
I got it incomplete.
Is it like the black one with the red, or like one of the other colors?
No, it's the black one with the like Night Force orange.
Yeah, like orange.
Yeah. And it has the blades that just kind of look like two V's. Yeah, that one.
Awesome.
I got it incomplete, got it for a really good price, and then I found all the missiles for like next to like $11. So I was like, see, that's why you buy stuff incomplete and just complete it. The same thing with this, man. This Night Striker. Last night on my members stream, I did talk about price. I tend to not talk price like out in the open because I think it's not. I think it takes away from it. But dude, what does a complete Night Striker go for these days? Just off the top of your head, 500, 600?
500, yeah.
I think it's more. I think it's more than that at this point.
Okay, well that was about half of that.
Yeah.
Just by piecing
it
together.
Actually prefer hearing someone got an awesome deal on something than like I paid $700 for this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
dude, I paid $1,300 for that freaking Fun School Battlehawk, and when I opened it, the canopy was broken. And I wanted that vehicle, and I only found one. There was one, and it was a lot. Got it, opened it live, pulled the canopy out, and it's broken. And I was crushed. So just because it's sealed in a box doesn't mean it's in good shape, right?
Especially from Fun School.
Oh yeah, because there's no nothing in it. They just chuck everything in the box. HGC says, I never had a hiss as a kid. I subbed the Voltron Skull Tank as my Cobra tank.
That's a cool tank. I got one right over here.
Yep.
So cool.
That's just good for the collection, period. Dude, 1/18 scale Battle of the Planets.
Yeah.
Vehicles. Gotta have the vehicles, right? Well, that was what, Gotcha Man, right? That's what it was originally called in Japan, Gotcha Man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Gotcha Man. Yeah.
I could be wrong.
I'm not gonna lie, I first read that as Battle for Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, no.
Hey, that would be awesome.
Battle of the Planets. Yeah, I want to say
I would love that in the 1/18 scale as well.
Yeah. I don't see how they keep making all these Planet of the Apes movies. I was like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I gotta say, this brings up a good point. But go ahead. Yeah, read the comment. I'm sorry.
Bobby Valla is right when he says that the toys designers can do more with 1/12 than 1/18, but a kid can do more with 1/18 toy line, more figures, more vehicles, more playsets.
Sure. So when I say like I want everything in 1/18 scale, my favorite lines are the ones that are figures, vehicles, and playsets. The complete line. That's why G.I. Joe's like number one for me.
Worlds.
Star Wars, especially Power of the Force 2 stuff, the 90s stuff. I love it. They came out with everything. They had it all. Recently, I'm into the Spin Master Batman stuff. It's 4-inch line, vehicles, figures, playsets. It's all there, and I really enjoy it.
Well, and like, he said, at that point, companies were making those toys for kids. Bobby knows his audience right now is adult collectors, and 1/12 scale is what is in with the adult.
Well, people had to pester him for a vehicle for 2 years, 3 years. I mean, it was like the number one question.
And then it came out with a vehicle and people bitched about it.
When are we getting vehicles? So
he's going to unveil what the aircraft is going to be at DFW.
Yeah.
He's going to unveil that there.
Hey guys, just don't let off. Just keep annoying him about 1/18 scale and eventually he'll cave.
Yeah, and I think that's really what it boils down to. First is price. 1/18 stuff. I don't want to say universally it's gotten too expensive to the point. I think a lot of the price is inflated by design just to make more profit, which whatever. A company's goal is to make profit, to make more product, to make more profit. Wash, rinse, repeat. But at the same time, just because it has HASBRO on it doesn't mean that it needs to be twice as much as it relatively could be. Sometimes if you lower the price of something and have more availability, you're going to sell more.
Well, I mean, if those Ghostbusters are come out at the rumored $45 price point,
yeah,
I mean
that does, yeah. There was a lot of universal praise for that because 4 figures, 4 proton packs. You got the PKE meter, the ghost trap, the goggles for $45. That's a good price. That is price to sell for sure. But yeah, I mean 1/12. It's a very adult collector friendly scale, and 118 is definitely a better play friendly scale, I would say, for sure. Possible Pie says Action Force in 118 scale would be fantastic. And then Jay Woods counters that with Action Farce.
That would even be better.
But Action Farce was designed around existing 1/12 scale Action Force bodies. Right. So when you look at the bodies of all of us, they're all taken from existing characters. It's really just our heads on those bodies. So,
true.
By design, right? That was intentional. HGC says, I have no info, but with all the I'd love 118 scale Action Force, but if folks buy enough Lord scale Tony from Vala to sell out, it may show him there's a market for more 118 Action Force. So, I mean, that was a total boutique thing with Stan Solo. They only made so many anyway. But
yeah.
I think he re-released it at one point.
Well, I think they're still in stock. I mean, I think it was 2,000 of each, 2,000 carded, 2,000 loose. Is I think what the numbers were. So
I have, just like our good friend here said, I have no info on that. But if Bobby did 118 scale Steel Brigade, he would keep the lot. He probably would, yeah.
Yeah, he'd have the biggest G.I. Joe Steel Brigade collection, the biggest Action Force Steel Brigade collection.
Yep, absolutely. Curbstomp says, Chad, I know I ended up taping the launcher to a toy M16 and used it as an M203. Very cool. Thor Grimm says, a childhood friend took his whale to a beach in Florida and it got washed out. That's terrible.
Yeah. Hey, we had this really big hill, and when it rained, you know, the street would become like a river.
Right.
And we would drop our I had the water moccasin, my friend had the whale, devilfish, and we, you know, start up at the top of the hill and we'd race it all the way down. But at the end was a big metal crate and shit would just go down into that. So if you did not catch it by the end, you lost it. And I never lost it. Came close a couple of times. Definitely some missiles and figures, but never the whole boat. That sucks.
I have this connection to Greedo. When I was a kid in Florida, I buried my Greedo in the sand just while I was playing on the beach. I don't know, got distracted or went and did something else. I don't know what happened, but I lost where I buried the Greedo. And no shit, for months on end after that, every time we would go down to the beach, because our house was right on the beach, every time we would just walk down to the beach, I would start digging holes to try to find my Greedo.
So the onlookers would just be there. What's that kid doing?
Yeah, why is that
He's
weird kid just digging holes? Like, what are you doing? But I believe my mother replaced the Greedo, but to me, it was just the point of like one of my toys is in that beach somewhere. And I would just look and look and look and look. So I have this thing with Greedo. Whatever.
You got to go back there and just see if you just find it right away.
Oh no, I'm sure. Like, you know, so many hurricanes later, it's gone. Yeah. Hammertron says, "Does anyone collect Joy Toy Warhammer 40K 118 scale?" I do not.
I do not know.
I do not, but I want to. But
they look cool.
It's so much money. So I live vicariously through Wraith Mace. He does a nice live stream. He's been talking about them. So yeah, check him out, man. He's got a really nice collection going, and it's so fun to watch and see them. But I can't afford them right now.
Once you get in a Joy Toy, and then there's Acid Rain and what's the other one, Spring Valley or whatever it is, and they just get more and more and more and more expensive.
They're amazing.
They look amazing.
Yeah.
But they're too expensive for one figure. Not so much Joy Toy, but when you ramp it up a little more, it's like, man, I didn't know I was paying Mafex prices for, a freaking 118 little army dolly. Yeah. David Andrews says Sky Striker is my favorite, and my first was the Snowcat.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I never had a Sky Striker until I was an adult. I gotta say, it's a really fine machine. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Remove made Universal Monsters. I'd love to see updates with modern articulation.
Do it.
Gerard, yo, Chad, fancy selling one of the two Rolling Thunders? No, because one's Night Force and one's regular. So. Sorry. George Aikens says Palatoy in the UK made your APC better.
They absolutely did. And they really did.
And then we were talking about what would we like to see. Jim Smith says Cobra Mothership.
Oh,
too soon? No, not too soon.
Christopher George just made one. He just unveiled it. He made a 9-foot wingspan.
Yeah,
Cobra Mothership. Sky Serpent out of cardboard.
So good.
Go check him out over on Instagram, man.
When he was first designing it, and then he was doing the fit test, and he had figures in the mouth, and then he put a flight pod in the mouth, and I was like, come on, man, keep going.
It looks amazing.
Wes Sanders says Cloud City. Dude, have you guys seen that video from Retro Blasting of the Bespin carbon for
Joe
Cloud City?
Dickerson was doing it. And, I don't
so
know if
good.
he's still doing them, but he had one. Michael, remember when we did the meetup at Second Chance Toys? He had some pieces on display there. He was doing 1/18 scale, like really big projects, but they're costly, But yeah, cool guy.
Yep. If anybody's subscribed to Retro Blasting's Patreon, he's shown the whole Cloud City thing. When that video comes out, I think people are going to be amazed how big that thing is.
I'm choking to death.
You have to have a trapdoor.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every playset needs a trapdoor. Yep. The 92 headquarters has one. Yeah. Trapdoor. Agreed. How about a Rancor?
I love the Rancor.
In what, 1/12 scale with cardboard backdrop?
That's the playset, the cardboard backdrop.
Didn't Eagle Force make a new playset?
I know that
a designer made an Eagle Force playset. Yeah. So it wasn't Eagle Force who actually made it.
Axion Figs, he made one, and it looks absolutely amazing. I don't know if he's revealed it, but yeah, the Rancor is great.
Yeah. Oh, the Rancor is awesome. I think that 1/12 scale Black Series Rancor could have sold at stores. And I know for whatever reason it became a HasLab and it bombed. Yeah. But piss poor planning prevents proper performance or whatever, like shit in, shit out, whatever analogy you want to use. If they would have rolled that thing out and said Ula, Slave Leia, or Hut Slayer, whatever they call her, they would have pissed some people off because, you're over-sexualizing Burr. But if they would have came out with good stretch goals for that thing, it would have funded.
Yeah.
But thanks to the Rancor failing, the Sky Striker funded. Because it wasn't funding until the Rancor bombed. Yeah, and then Carson says, I think it might have been 3D printed and cardboard and such, but I like that they made the effort. Yeah. The guy who was designing that particular one that he's going to show off at Joe Fest, he was one of the vendors that was there last year with all the modular like bunkers and things like that. It was that guy. The name is escaping me, but I follow their company on Instagram.
I can't think of it either. I'm just not placing it, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
GeForce Racing said, I always thought that HasLabs should pump out two $50 to $80 modular playsets that you could combine in world build.
Dude, GeForce, that's a rad idea, man. Yeah. That would be great.
Is there a playset from the movie Toy Soldiers?
I don't think so.
Ask Sergeant Major Google. Probably tell you the answer. Because I could Google it, and then we would know. Mike and his dad would produce a badass playset, I bet. Meaning, yeah. Call sign Longbow? Which is actually Mike's dad.
I gotta tell
Troy.
you. Yeah. I know, like, it was like 2022, I think, Joe Fest. And they had some drawings and they had some other stuff, another IP that they were talking about.
Yep.
And
they've got big plans from
that other IP is a playset vehicle IP. And if they were to do O-ring stuff like that, it would be so nice. I'd love it. I'd be all over it.
Freaking Delta 17 is going to come out with a friggin' Hind D.
Yep.
They're going to kill it. Yeah. They're going to kill it. Absolutely. Yeah, and the curb stomp micro machine playsets all hooked together, and it was huge.
Yeah.
I know I've mentioned it before, as have I, but the Lightyear stuff is a customizer's dream.
Dude, I just found the Lightyear ship at Goodwill for like $2. Of course, I bought
XL15.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to do it red and black, kind of like the what was the Captain Power, the bad guy ship? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the kind of like an eagle-looking fighter.
Yeah. I want to kind of.
I don't remember
like
the name
that. Anyway, I want to kind of do it like that because the Captain Power one has like a handle on the bottom, like the pistol.
For the light game, yeah.
Yeah, and the cockpit kind of cocks down like a high heel shoe. But I want the XL, in those colors with the added wings on it. I think it would look badass.
I made 3 of them. I made the trackers from the 87 86 Transformers movie. And then I had originally, Scourge. Yeah. I had originally made a Night Force one. Didn't like it. Deleted the whole thing. I stripped all it. I made the video about it. I stripped all the paint off of it. Then I made the trackers, and now I have that Lightyear base, and that thing is gigantic. I got it on Amazon for $40, and I'm still waiting to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But the ship docks in it and all that stuff. I was thinking about making it Action Force Space Force, or then part of me was like, yeah, I could do it like Takara, like Japanese Joe. I could do it like that, but I'm still, when the inspiration comes to me, then I will bust it out. But it's just over there in the
moon base. Yeah, that'd be great.
It's in that pile of shit that was in my part 4 of my journal room tour, just that mass of stuff. I should have done a video.
If you don't have a pile of shit somewhere.
Yeah. I should have done a video before we got too far into 2024. And the video would have been top 10 customs I never got to making in 2023.
Yeah.
And then just show like a pile of shit.
I did that right around New Year's.
Yeah.
I did a slideshow of all the shit I said I was going to do and didn't do in 2020.
You did? I didn't know that. Yeah. That's awesome. Oh, look at this.
Clash of the Titans. Yes. Oh my God. That's a no-brainer. You got figures, playsets, monsters, not so much vehicles, but those monsters in the playsets though could definitely some nice places. Medusa's lair. You've got the you could do the arena. You could do a little playset with the gods as they sit around, and then they have a miniature playset with the figures. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
And of
the way
course,
that Zeus would put him in the arena.
Yeah, of course, cool. The Kraken, would just be.
That Kraken is so freaking awesome and hard to find complete without the tentacles busted off. Frostbite said, what does it matter if someone thinks you aren't a real fan or collector of something? This goes back to the point of this whole thing being fun.
I just check with Chad and I ask if it's okay. And if he says it's okay, then I'm okay.
Yeah, I say, go ahead, Will. Look what they did to my boy. Yeah. Yeah, it should be fun. Absolutely. And I have fun doing it. But at the same time, if you're an asshole, I will point it out. Yeah. Because I want to. That's just, I just want to do it. I just want to point out people being assholes. A is for Apple says, how's it going, guys? I collect whatever looks cool on my shelf. as long as I have space for it and it doesn't break my wallet.
That's how it should be. Right?
That's it, right? That's it.
It's as simple as A is for Apple. Like that's like
There it is, right?
Very easy. Yeah, very easy to learn.
Absolutely.
Fits totally.
Should I answer this? How about this? Vargo, what do you think my answer to this question is?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Chad sleeps in a vamp bed, and he does have this, and he has the pajamas with the feet and the little flap on the back of his drawers. Yeah, he's got it. Yes,
I do. I have 2 pairs of G.I. Joe boxers, and they're black and gray camouflage with the original G.I. Joe with the head for the dot in the J. The ma'am bought them for me.
I was gonna say, I was also gonna say,
yeah,
almost guaranteed that
my jammies consist of an oversized Joe T-shirt and sweatpants, and I don't know why I shared that, but whatever. George Aiken says I freaking draw the line at Funko Pops.
I do too, but
I think I have 4.
At Joe Fest gave me one, so I kept it because he was nice to me, and he gave me.
I have Sergeant Slaughter, Cobra Commander, the Baroness for the ma'am, right? And then I believe I bought her He-Man and Battle Cat. Yeah. I also have G.I. Joe bobbleheads. Like, why? Why? I don't know. Like they just showed up in like some kind of a lot box or something like that. Yeah.
Speaking of George is leaving. Good night, George.
Oh, good night, George. I'm trying to catch up on the chat. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jim Smith. Yep. I'm working on everything G.I. Joe 82 to present.
Nice.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yep. That's real cool. And yeah, I don't, scale, whatever. I know we crack jokes about 118 is the Lord scale and blah, 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 blah. But like, I like Sergeant Savage just as much as I like Real American Hero. And most of my dollies are modern dollies anyway. Actually, 4-inch, whatever.
You disgust me.
Well, bye. Balake's here. What's up, Balake? How you doing? Hammertron wants a moon-based playset.
Yeah, that Lightyear playset that Chad was just talking about make a great moon-based playset.
Yeah. That's it. Moon-based alpha. Here we go. Jay Wood says, I bet you none of those so-called collectors have any Joes with Kung Fu grip. Every time somebody says Kung Fu grip, I think about that episode of The Toys That Made Us where they purposefully put 2 hands together and went like that. And I was like, there it is. That's it in action right there. Like, it's not really Kung Fu grip, but they just called it that. Largo's Lair. If classified QA was better and didn't have bendy weapons, I'd collect a few, but only favorite characters. So yeah, like Elephant in a Room, right? That's kind of one of those things. Kato's collection, a lot of channels, Articulated Ninja, many of them show like the hip pegs are so gummy that they stress. And I saw Kato's video where he was trying to put the backpack on Vipra and it wouldn't even go in the peg hole because the post was too gummy and it wouldn't go in.
That's what she said.
I'm not going to use that to trash that line. I'm just going to say it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it should be avoided. The same thing is why are all the neck pegs different sizes? Like why can't you just take a figure from like wave 2 and a figure from the most current wave?
That is frustrating because they should know that they're fans. The adult collectors like to do those swaps and kit bash their own characters. So
yeah,
it is
that to me is one of those things like
it's an oversight that probably shouldn't exist in today's market. Yeah.
Right. And you see that. And I don't want to say it's just now. It's not like, oh, the current people, blah, 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 because that stuff goes all the way back from every incarnation of Joe. You can look at least one item and say, fuck that up. You know what I mean? Like that's wrong or whatever. Like,
yeah,
you put version 2 Snake Eyes on a version 1 Snake Eyes card. whatever, 50th Storm Shadow on a sleeveless Storm Shadow card. It happens a lot. G-Force says collectors get to choose how and what they collect. It's your collection.
Yep. As long as it's approved by Chad, you're right.
That's right. Send me a message on Instagram. There it is right there.
Like this. Yes.
Right? Send me a message on Instagram and I will let you know if you can and should buy it. That's it. I'll let you know. No. Ken Stoy says,
Nice.
I have a ton of built to rule stuff.
That's great, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. The ones that are readily available are pretty affordable, but there are some rare ones that you just don't see. Like the base, like I said, 0 on eBay. The His Tank with Cobra Commander, 0 on eBay. I can't even find it.
Yeah, but a lot of the second year stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean this one?
Yes, very nice.
This one right here? I don't even remember where did I get that? I don't know. I just have random stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I do have that. When Vargo said it, I was like, oh yeah, it's way over there on the shelf. Not bad. Hal Jordan's in the house. What is up, dude? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Missed you. I missed seeing you. And then Greg says, I wish Classified was made to be customized. Yeah, there you go. Swap your heads around, make different versions. I think Mikey was saying they were correcting that now.
That would be great. That would be a really good course correction.
Don't hold me to that.
Yeah.
Hammertron wants to see the little vessel that Dennis Quaid was in from Inner Space. I'm like possessed.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Such a good
Love
movie.
That movie. Yeah. Watch that.
But Martin Short was great. So great. Robert's Infinite Realm still has the Raven and Armadillo from Built to Rule.
Awesome.
And then look, if Impossible Pie says it's so, it is so. 118
is king.
World Made of Cardboard says collect everything. There are some IPs where that is impossible. Doctor Who, Godzilla, G.I. Joe, Star Wars all have items that are beyond an average collector's reach.
True.
Yep.
And that goes back to what you were saying about, G.I. Joe, a real American hero in its heyday. It had something at a price point for everyone. So there really was no excuse not to buy something.
Yeah.
We've got something for you. Yeah.
Yep. You can walk out of the store with something. And a lot of lines did that. Like GoBots, I can get a regular GoBot. I can get a super GoBot. I could get the command center, whatever, And Mask, Star Wars, on and on. I think that a lot of toy companies get away from making toys these days and they make collectibles.
True.
But then when those companies ship you your collectibles, they're all fucking bashed up because they don't ship them like collectibles. Like, would you ship fine china or, a vase like that? No, you wouldn't. So Richard Vasquez says, I loved this comment. Hasbro is leaving money on the table by not making a GoBots line for Dollar General and Family Dollar stores. If they made them in the original scale, it would be perfect, cheaper alternative to Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, most GoBots were. Hold on. Most GoBots were like, I'm a car, I'm a robot, and they would just paint the robot face right there.
Well, I mean, it's like I gotta take it out of his hand, right? I'm a tank. Now, granted, I don't have the turret on the top, right? I'm a tank. I'm a robot.
Yeah,
there you go.
But they were cool, yeah.
But not only that, they have metal parts. They have vac metallized parts. Most Transformers that you look at these days, they look like Fisher Price toys. When I see Transformers on toy aisles, I'm like, I'm not feeling that. I'm really not feeling that. That's just me.
Ones like what was it, Skyfire or Jetfire? He had like metal joints and stuff. He looked awesome.
See this comment? See this comment?
Well, I see. Is that a lunchbox behind him? He's got everything. Yeah.
He's a real fan. He's got everything.
What?
But how sad is it though?
What?
That you have all that shampoo and no hair?
I grew my hair out, buddy. That being said, what's up, Hammertron? What are you talking? Yeah. Real fans collect the shampoo. Yeah, that's going to be the metric from now on. But do you have G.I. Joe shampoo? Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna shampoo gatekeep. Mr. Vache Conley says, "Look at these three distinguished gentlemen on the screen."
I'd say Mr. V. Conley is the most distinguished gentleman of all of us.
Vache, I need to know, what dollies did you purchase last night? I want to know, because I know that Samantha was having a really hard time not buying a 1-to-1 scale Sailor Moon wand. What's up? Let me know. Chad, have you seen Josh's custom capes? No. Ooh. I have not.
That goes back to we were talking cloth goods. So yeah, that was a while ago. Okay.
I'm known for not, right? Raymond Sheffield, what's up? Says, hi guys. Didn't know you were on every Wednesday and Sunday, brother. Chad for positive prayers. Had landlord tenant hearing today, so watching you to chill out. Won't find out decision for a bit. Fingers crossed. Well, again, right, you got all my prayers, my friend, and I hope everything works out in your favor. So thank you for being here with us.
Don't know what it is, but hope it works out for you, brother.
Yeah, it's just stuff that I was,
Gotcha.
We got to look out for each other. You know what I mean? It's not just about toys; it's about people. Hal Jordan says Marvel Universe was the path they should have stayed with. Imagine the vehicles, diorama sets, play sets, world building stuff we'd be getting now had they kept MU going.
Hell yeah. And I wish they would do it again. They're going back. They're tapping that Toy Biz aesthetic.
Kinda, yeah.
And I really hope they go all in like that because, man, those were the days.
Whatever that thing is. It's his wing cape.
San Diego Comic-Con exclusive this year, Raptor, supposedly.
Is it really? Wow. Okay.
No, I thought Raptor was gonna be the other exclusive.
Does it? I mean, it's an exclusive. Post-con,
you know what? I'm gonna use all the freaking a-hole verbiage, and I'm gonna say I don't collect it anyway, so whatever. I wouldn't buy Raptor no matter what. I don't have any Raptors, period. So
listen, so Raptors.
But again, you're making a mainline character an exclusive. That should always be a no-go. That's like an invisible line of death. Don't cross it.
So in defense of Raptor, his profession was a tax account. I'm not saying I understand why he turned into Raptor, but I kind of understand why he became the way he was.
No. No. Raptor sucks. Crystal Ball sucks. Big Boa sucks. Come at me. Do something.
Send my Falcons against you.
I wonder if I bought those 3 figures, would I then have enough action figures? Would that put me over the line?
No. Send him a message on Instagram.
Yeah, I'll ask Shartimus.
Raptor.
I'll ask Shartimus. So if I buy Raptor and Big Boa and Crystal Ball, who I freaking hate, will I then have enough figures in your eyes? Robert's Infinite Realms says Strike Force Alpha, recent Darth Vader, and Darth Revan are some great examples of soft goods done right in 118, but it needs to be done sparingly.
You are correct. Yeah. That Darth
Revan stuff work, but I think like capes work well. It's when you get like full like shirts and everything.
I'd rather have cloth goods even done poorly than those rubber capes and the rubber skirts. Those things.
Yeah, the vinyl with the massive disco collar.
They limit articulation. Yeah.
I gotta say, so I don't know what Vader we're talking about, but the Stan Solo removable helmet Vader that Tony just showed on Analog Toys, that thing is fan-freaking-tastic. They made him, larger and more imposing like David Prowse's stature was. They gave him that waist cape. It's removable. Yeah, that thing looked fantastic. So vintage is better than the Black Series in most cases.
I don't collect modern Star Wars, so I can't.
Yeah,
Haya figures look nice.
they
Haya
look
what?
nice. The GI Joe stuff, the Haya GI Joe stuff, they look cool. I like that. Major Blood looked pretty cool.
Oh,
in
the blood
photos.
looks fantastic. And the
Yeah.
Cobra Commander that Apparel Studios designed is he's
Mhm.
like an amalgamation of like 4 different versions of the Commander, and he looks perfect.
They look
However,
really good.
when you get them in hand, I did not like them. I did
Yeah,
not.
well, that's the thing. I saw your Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, and
When you hear me drop that fist, dude, it's like a marble. It is it's a boom. It is solid.
yeah, but
And
also
every time you try to
availability.
move them, like shit falls off of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
didn't.
also just kind of annoyed me that they were publicized and like promoted very well, but just not then like in fine print, not available except for oh,
Dude.
You guys
Mikey.
show tonight?
Yeah, you were freaking golfing.
Fuck out of here. Anyway, just kidding. Welcome back, Mikey.
What's up?
I gotta know, Mr. President, how was golfing today at Mar-a-Lago?
Well, it was extraordinary, terrific weather, just terrific course. The links were terrific shape. The gardeners out there, just the best in the biz.
I heard
Couldn't
people were
have gone any
talking about
better.
your swing, and they were, a lot of people were saying that you.
They're
you
like,
really-
Mr. President, we've never seen a better swing. It's the most terrific swing in all the land. Everybody agrees.
Well, now it is a party. We don't have much time left because I don't want to walk on Ryan and 3 POA. But I like that Marco says it's 2 a.m. I'm listening to 3 adults. See, that's an assumption. Talking about dolly scales. What am I doing?
living your best life.
Yeah, man, you're living the dream. You're living it right now. Yeah. And then Bjorn says, actually, I have 819 figures.
I knew it. I knew it was more than what I said.
Mikey, what's up, man? How you been? What's going on?
All right, man. Sorry I'm late.
No, it's all
Really
good, man.
I was
you had-
pretty sure this was gonna get rained out. Like,
Yeah, but
until
it's okay.
8 o'clock,
know?
That was the situation.
You went and did your thing, right? You kept your prior commitment, and you and I had discussed that there's a 50-50 chance. And so it went the way that it went, and you're still here anyway. So
Still made it. Still made it.
I mean,
I
we still
said I
got,
can't
like,
do
an
any
hour.
margaritas.
We still got like an hour worth of chats to get through, so you're fine.
oof, yeah, kind of.
So
You're
typical.
like, I won't do 2 shows a night. That's why I won't do it. Speaking of which, Shay Connolly sends a $5
Ooh.
super chat. Thank you, sir, and says, getting ready to ring in year 36. Just wanted to thank these 3 guys for making last year such an incredible year. Can't wait for DFW.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Good work, guys.
Very cool. Thank you so much, man.
Congrats on being alive for another year.
Yay. I still want to know what he got.
You'll get to it, but we just got to keep going.
I would love some 118 scale mask. Well, Ramen Toy is doing 118 scale Machina, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then everybody's saying happy birthday to Vishay.
Happy
Drew,
birthday.
what's up? Says dropping in for a second to
Hey.
say, hey, the time is 1:10 and you just played. That's what she said. 1:10.
Damn, he got here early.
Did you go back in time? What the fuck?
Maybe you meant 7:10.
Okay, so this was 43 minutes ago.
Oh, okay, 8:10.
43 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Hasbro sending Power Rangers to Playmates. Try another line that they're pushing out. So
They're just like, hey, we've got the license, and they're taking all the risk because,
Hope it pays off for the fans.
what do you guys think about this? When Hasbro wanted to make a shared toy universe, they should have started by making their toy lines in the same scale. G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mass Visionaries, etc. 118 would be a great start.
Well, they had that box set, right? The Comic-Con box
Well,
set.
that they teased that, and then for years people were going, "No, it's going to happen. It's a shared universe. It's happening. It's happening." And
well, yeah,
nothing happened.
they've been saying forever they wanted to try to do some kind of shared universe, and they did that Revolution set where you had ROM and Visionaries, and you had the alternate version of Matt Tracker, Roadblock, and then you had Jetfire. Yeah, I think there was like one other in there, but. It's off the
like
top
an
of my
Action
head.
Man or something in there.
It was the bad guys from ROM, right? It was the little squiggly weird guy. We were just talking about it on the show on Monday. So I pulled up a picture.
I don't know.
It was I forget what they're called.
Oh, look, Raymond Sheffield said, as far as I read, and I read a lot, there were actually 2 real flying Blue Thunders.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought they were just bolt-on kits. They took like existing helicopters and bolted a bunch of Blue Thunder parts on it, and they went with the RC because like those were hard to fly because they had all these bolt-on parts. Like they never made a real functioning Blue Thunder, but I could be wrong. I'm wrong.
He didn't say actually, so his point is invalid.
Yeah, no,
Void.
I don't.
Yeah, but he did read a lot.
Judges,
so I'm gonna go with what he
take it.
said. Yeah, I didn't know that they actually had a real one.
Actually,
but the Airwolf was based off of a real helicopter, right? It was like
it was a real helicopter, airframe.
Yeah,
it absolutely was. Pirates of the Galaxy 1/18 scale can be very detailed nowadays
for a price. Yeah, like the Joy Toy, Acid Rain. Was it like Planet Green Valley or something?
Yeah, Airwolf was a real Bell helicopter.
Yeah,
sure was. Yep. Chad for Action Farce with the Action Force toys. $1 to $5. Which body do you want?
I think season 1 through season 5 of
series 1 through 5. Which body do you want for your figure? That's actually a question for CubeTube, who's here because he designed. Notice how he's like, yeah, Vargo, Wilhelm, fuck you, Chad. Thanks, Quentin. I love you. Even though he shares the same name as my son, and he still doesn't even. Greg, you're going to have to ask CubeTube because he designed Action Farce, and all of us are designed around existing bucks. Oh, and then he says hello to everybody else, so whatever. Dude, I did the same thing with Boba Fett and Stormtroopers. Oh, you buried him?
He buried him. Yeah.
There you go. 1/18 scale transforming Jetfire. Such a missed opportunity.
Yes. Because it's also like that Robotech like crossover too. Like you got that.
Oh, if you can get it in that, just that like mid position with the legs down.
Yeah.
Wilhelm should be making commissions because he has forced me to buy all kinds of 1/18 scale.
Wilhelm the Enabler, as I'm known.
Yes.
So Wilhelm, you went to his house and said, you're buying this 1/18 scale stuff.
I just send a strongly written letter suggesting you buy that stuff now.
Don't make me send a letter to management. Yeah. Oh, Eric's here.
I have your address.
Eric, good to see you. Look, so he says hi to Will. He says hi to Vargo. He says hi to everyone in the chat. He talks about you. He talks about Largo.
Yeah.
Whatever,
that
dude.
Chad guy.
Yeah. I mean, let's won't be like that. That's fine. Cobra Terradrome playset versus Mask Boulder Hill playset.
I'm gonna go with the Terradrome because you push that lever and a fucking fire bat comes out.
Fire bat.
Vehicle.
And it has a jail.
Oh my god, it's so nice.
Well,
so nice.
Boulder Hill has a jail.
Yeah.
My only beef with Boulder Hill is that the signature vehicle of the line can't fit through the doors. It's my only beef with it. And it's a very small gripe, but when you look at the Ghostbusters Firehouse, what's one of the first things you say? The Ecto 1 doesn't fit inside. Like a third of it hangs out of the back.
Yeah. One thing that annoys me about the Terradrome, though, there should have been an elevator somewhere in there because how the hell are they getting up there? I don't know. They just.
Will, I think the Captain Power villain was Count Dredd.
And I think the jet was called like the Phantom something. Good.
Google it. I'm sure somebody already Googled it. Slacker Supreme says, sorry I'm late. I was at a church thing, but I'm here now. Never be sorry that you're late. Ever.
Church of 118?
You sent this a half hour ago, and I just read it. So, yeah, never be sorry. Laser Pants says Sydney Sweeney's boobs. Just wanted to remind
And
everyone
1/18
they exist.
scale?
Carry on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I don't know if they would scale down correctly.
I never
Right back to
knew.
Boulder
There they
Hill.
are.
I never knew. Yeah, Boulder Hill. Speaking of which, right? Boulder Hills. I never
Mm.
knew who this person was until that Madam Web movie, and everybody kept talking about her, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
What a terrible thing to be remembered for.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then as MVARGO said like a half hour ago, George had to leave.
Yeah. He's
Bye,
back
George.
now.
Good to see
He
you.
slept and he woke up. He's having coffee.
Any guesses on the next Star Wars or G.I. Joe HasLab? Well, the next Joe one is supposed to be a Cobra Rattler,
Is that right?
classified
Mm.
Rattler. That's what it's supposed to be.
I heard they
That's a
canceled
mean
that for some Deke stuff.
Mm.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
General Hawk and a Speedo.
yeah.
Hey, that's a day one back.
Everybody loves the Deke. Do you guys have guesses on what the Star Wars one is going to be that they push back?
What kind of stupid
did-
crap from the last show could they do?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like
Ahsoka ship?
No, not that one. Acolytes.
Oh,
Does somebody have like a signature lightsaber in there that's like U-shaped or something? They could do
I
that.
don't know. Yeah. I
oh
don't
no,
know.
doesn't that one have like light whips or something, which is dumb as shit.
Perfect.
Oh no.
You know,
Yeah, it's
emitting a beam of plasma, okay, but something that just moves like that, you know.
If it's a lightsaber, that's
I also don't want to be the guy who
I don't
like
think
watches
that's a good
Star Trek
idea.
and goes, "That's
Yeah.
so fake."
It should be a ship. If they're gonna do it, it should be a ship. And
Yeah, well, we know it's vintage collection, so
Yeah.
it is a vintage collection. I'm saying it's Ahsoka's ship.
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. With that B-wing style cockpit
Oh, I cannot recall
with
what it looks
Hu
like.
Yang. Maybe it'll come with Hu Yang.
Yeah, maybe. It's not memorable
I
enough
don't-
for me.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't-
vintage collection Ray's lightsaber.
Mm. Complete with real Phillips head screw.
That's just my guess. I'm gonna guess
I
it's
don't
probably gonna
know.
be Ahsoka ship.
I've been out of the loop here. I don't know. I didn't know they're about.
What
to
if it's like a
reveal them.
tri-fighter or something?
Ryan is Tony on 3POA tonight. Ryan has Tony or he is Tony?
Oh, he's like
I think he's asking.
he's
if he's on.
cosplaying.
I mean, he did have me come on his channel wearing a fake beard and pretending to be Bobby. So just saying,
Well,
shit happens. The problem with G.I. Joe is that it had the balls to provide to the fans.
it's certainly fallen on its own sword a couple of times for it.
It has, yeah.
Every time.
Bardo, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Hey.
What's happening?
I'm sure he's still here lurking, but love you, Jay, and I'll see you Friday. And we were talking about the Saturday table read for Empire. We were talking about that. And then Nikatronis is here too. Had to get some new shoes. I got some new kicks today too.
Nice.
So,
Mm.
awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
What color
Uh,
Vans
Anyone
are
out
they?
there? I did see some Star Wars new Star Wars sneakers based on what are they, Boba Fett sneakers? They're like Boba Fett Adidas. But a few years ago they did Chewbacca Adidas, and I really wanted them, but they were like $200. And they actually had like Wookiee fur on the sides.
Oh,
they
my
were
Lord.
so freaking amazing. They were so ridiculous that I just wanted them. But
They went to Kashyyyk and found some Wookiees to make
They-
shoes out of.
they were like Adidas high tops with, and it had like a bandolier, like Chewbacca's bandolier. They're fucking awesome.
Raw Talk Real Deal says, I'm not a fan, I'm a lifer.
O-rings for life.
O-rings for life, baby.
Yeah.
And then Ken's Toy says, the last time I saw these three guys, I saw three guys like this. I was about to be robbed in a casino back room.
Ooh.
How did that turn out? That's what Philippe says, only one toy line defies the 80s. Who do you have? In my opinion, I say Masters.
I'd say Masters is a close second, but G.I. Joe Real American Hero ruled the 80s.
You bet.
Yeah, I'm biased. I got to say, Joe ran from 82 to, past the 80s.
Yeah, 82 to 94. And
Motu was pretty good for their scale. They did figures, vehicles, and some of the most iconic and excellent, well done play sets ever done. I got to hand it to them. I mean, but a close second for me.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm biased toward GI Joe. GI Joe had legs, right? It outlasted Star Wars, it outlasted Masters, it outlasted a lot of lines. I'm sorry, a Real American Hero, actually. Masters was, and I'm not ripping on Masters. I mean, they came out of the gate on fire, but when they burned, they burned. They burned. But I have a lot of respect for Masters of the Universe too, because it reinvented itself with the 2000X stuff. And then when it came back again, you've got like 2 different Netflix series going on, like 19 different lines of Masters of the Universe. And G.I. Joe's like, we got one scale and there's only like 3 peg warmers in any store. And Masters is like, oh, what do you want? Castle Grayskull? Blam!
Yeah.
So,
and I would say,
I will say I'm jealous of Masters of the Universe now, for sure. Absolutely.
I think they should have won some kind of award for what they did over the last like 4 years.
Greatest comeback.
They remained true to the original, but increased like the articulation. Like they kept everything that was great and made it better.
Yeah, they adapted. They adapted when so many didn't.
Yep, 100%. I don't know. Balake's telling everyone to send me a Raptor. Please don't. Mikey, classified Raptor. Is that San Diego or a different exclusive?
I don't.
Somebody call Viper Island. Ask him. Didn't he say that bird was a fucking pigeon? Somebody told me that, and I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. You don't know?
I don't know. It said Raptor, and I just checked out right there.
Yeah, right. You immediately you're just like, I stopped listening to you.
Cool.
Real Deal says, I just got Eco Warrior Flint for $10.
Nice.
It's a good figure.
I will 100% agree with this opinion all day, every day.
Dude,
box art, phenomenal. Those freaking like oils that they painted with, it was very like old school Rudy Abrero, like
so dark,
dirty and gritty and dark. And the figure himself is perfect. The sculpt, just all the gouging on his face, his hairline. Yeah. That Major Blood is fucking rad. That's one that I kept. Bow show.
Good.
Stan Solo totally out Kenner's Hasbro all day. Yep. Agreed.
It's not as extreme.
Dan Stoll's put out some great stuff.
Huh?
Not quite as extreme. No, but
Christmas put out some great stuff.
But that's because he loves it.
Sure. Yeah.
Fans with passion.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. A lot of these corporations, they don't want people who are passionate fans of those lines working on those lines, just the way that Toys R Us was notorious for, if you're a big fan of Barbie, you got to go work somewhere else. If you're a fan of like boys' toys, you got to go work in bikes.
Right, because if you have an opinion, you have pushback. And they don't want pushback.
But someone like Stan Solo like bucks that theory because he is so rooted in that old school 5 POA aesthetic that he just breathes it. It just happens, like that Rebel Fleet Trooper. Come on, that thing looks like it just came out in 1978. Gerard says, first and only classified I purchased was Tunnel Rat. Dope figure, and if they ever do Salvo, I'm all in. 2 favorite Joes, but they're all I need in 6-inch scale.
Yeah. Tunnel Rat's a cool figure.
Couple picks.
Very cool.
He's a good figure.
I dig it. Mikey, my Yugoslavian bro.
Hello there. How are you this evening?
It's good to see you, my friend.
Very good.
Keys Collects, what's up? Says, hopefully Joy Toy will start getting some more licenses. I'm loving their figures so far. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
They do good stuff, I will say.
They really do.
Aya, it's like kind of hit or miss. Hammertron says, I am in fact a real fan, Mikey. I think it was before you got here because Hammertron said, only real fans, you're only a real fan if you have shampoo. And I was like, wait a second. And then I went and got that. So,
There you go.
that's the new metric, Mikey. You're not a real
Shampoo.
fan unless you have that IP shampoo.
I've never claimed to be a real fan, so I'll just stay out of it, man.
You know, the one thing I never claimed to be is a freaking expert ever. And I've had so many people say, like, oh, well, you're like the 118 expert. And I'm like, no, no, I am not. Not even close, buddy.
No, Will's down here.
Huh?
I said, no, Will's down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact,
I don't know shit.
sometimes I put dumb shit in my videos just to see if people catch it.
Sometimes even on purpose.
Most times on purpose. Kentucky Fried Toys, right? No, no one corrected me. Nobody.
Yeah.
Chad, come on. When you have Bobby on, he says to keep going. So keep going. Keep going what?
Oh, into 3POA.
Yeah, he does say keep going. That's true.
Yeah.
Are the ROM baddies the dire Wraiths?
I think you're right. That's right. Yep.
Not to be confused with.
Hmm. That's true.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. I actually thought that was pretty good. See, and now Cube's laughing at me. Yep. Greg says it's time. Keep going. Then we can all go in and raid 3 POA when you want to wrap it up.
Yeah. I just Googled it. It is the dire Wraith. Good job. Thank you.
Well
See,
done.
Google.
Well done.
Just ask Google, and then tell all of us on the panel, and then we'll think you're so smart. So smart. Yeah, he's laughing at me. Yeah, hey there, CubeTube. So what Valverse body do you want Chad to exist on? I don't know. Yep, there you go. Desert Commando body. WWE Randy Orton clean face head is the Chad recipe. Or a bald Batista. See, I'm telling you, Cube knows, right? Because it's his design. He came up with that stuff. You want to ask him, like, how do you make a action farce articulated ninja? And he'll say, boom, 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 boom. Yep. Mo, what is up, dude? Says, I did just get a Stan Solo Ula and Darth Vader removable helmet. They are pricey, but in my opinion, worth the price. I love them.
Nice. Like I said, because they're made by someone who cares, who loves the line. So when he's making that, he's going, what would I love someone to make, and making it. It's a love letter to Kenner Star Wars.
All the background droids and that weird little speeder that you see outside of the cantina, and it's just cool stuff, man. If I was into Star Wars stuff like that, I would be all over it. If I was still really big into Joe O-rings, I would be broke because I would buy every freaking Black Major. Not everyone, but most of them.
I know. I see some of them come across, and I'm like, ooh, that's tempting. I did buy a couple. They're pretty cool.
CubeTube says, got to do the rewatch. Have a good night.
Oh,
great show, Chaddington. Thank you, good sir. It's good to see you, my friend.
That's Chad Chaddington.
And Cube, at some point, I got to have you on here so we can chat, brother. It'd be nice. I don't know what this is. Slacker Supreme sends a YouTube.
Okay. Oh, YouTube.
You got your
like
playlist.
I like
What is
those.
that?
Oh yeah, congrats, man.
What is that?
Well done.
I don't know.
Good
I don't understand
job.
what that is. What is that?
It's a major award.
You got your red play button.
I got my red play button.
Yeah.
Yes. Very cool. Oh yeah, Cutthroat's like, yay, Mikey's here now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Mikey's been here. Oh, Mo says we need to start over.
Mm.
I don't think we're gonna start over.
Well, let me log off here.
See you in an hour.
And joining us in blah 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 is this guy.
Hey!
Oh yeah. I just was wondering what you were going to say. About that? I don't know. Nothing? I don't... Oh, let's get some L in the chat.
Oh,
What are we doing? I
something
have
bad
no idea
happened?
what we're doing.
Why are
I
there
don't
L's in the
know.
chat?
I don't know.
I think you're
Raymond
caught up,
Sheffield. Love? Getting some love? Chad, any updates on your bad Chad A10? So Suka sent me everything that I need. Thanks again, Suka, for that. And I was going to start it, and then we had really shitty weather. So I think I'm going to start cranking on that next week. Maybe this weekend when the ma'am is out of town. I'll start working on that. There you go. See, that's what's cool about being into toys. A lot of people, they want to go to bars and they want to do this, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but like when my spouse leaves town, I come in here and I paint toys. That's all I do. I just sit in here and I'm like, yeah,
Chad just resorts immediately to playing with himself.
I'm so cool.
He's just
Immediately to playing with myself. Mr. Madgus, have you all seen that new Robosen Megatron transforming robot? Yes, it's awesome. I saw a lot of people crying that it wasn't a gun. And I'm like,
I think it was made more sense as a tank, you know?
well,
just
yeah, because it's, you know, it's autonomous. What's the gun gonna do? Just lie there on its side? Like, vehicles, like
all the time.
What'd you say?
I said guns kill people all the time.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that because I'm gonna upset somebody. Which is kind of, I guess that's like my milieu, right? My forte.
Yeah, what else do you do?
I just piss people off, I guess. Yeah, him being a tank makes sense because he rolls, he does stuff.
Yeah.
Is this the same company that did the
Optimus and Grimlock?
Yep,
Yep.
Grimlock.
Yeah.
That are like
So like over
$1,500.
1,000. Yeah. I was gonna say
When
they're
the
over
man
1,000.
is away, the Deke will play. Anyway, the only thing about that Robosen Megatron, it's cool they got Frank Welker to do the voice, which is fantastic. See, look.
Ears are burning.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Come on. Look, I got everybody
Whole
now.
family. Look at that.
Family affair.
Where's the cats? Hi. Yeah. I was saying that like when some adults spouses leave town, they all go to bars and do dumb shit, and I was like, I come out here and I just paint toys.
He just rocks alone in a corner and cries.
Or laundry.
I do a lot of laundry.
So
Lot
bad.
of
Yeah.
Yes, all the laundry. Hi, dog.
Guns don't delete people. It's those little lead things that no, it's people. Anyway, everyone's saying hi to you.
Hi.
Hi.
There's the ma'am right there.
Good evening.
I just didn't like the fact that thing is $900. It's
Yeah.
it's a little.
Ooh, too rich for my blood, stranger.
I'm not saying it's not worth it, but that's a lot of money, right? That's a
Yeah.
USS flag. Well, come on then. Come on. Say hi.
I didn't pay that much.
Did you hear that? I didn't pay that much for your flag. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you buy one transforming Megatron toy that costs the same amount as a USS flag? Would you? No.
Crazy.
See, she said, "Oh no."
No, even with the Optimus Prime, I felt like every channel that showed it was like, they loaned this to me so I could show it off to promote it so people would buy
Oh
it.
no, they gave it to him. Look at this. It'll be at Ollie's this Christmas. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Slacker says my older brother was going to buy that Megatron, but looked at the price.
And then he closed his
Oh, hey,
laptop. and
babe.
went to-
James Lucas says it's no longer a sausage fest because you're here.
It's true.
Samantha was here, right? Vachey's wife was here. It's fine.
Oh.
Prime in the trailer was $1,400.
Ooh.
You.
Drop in the bucket.
What's with some more debt?
You know
I
what?
mean, that's the price of a Fun School Battle Hawk right there, with a
gonna be
broken
worth
canopy.
something someday.
Yeah, see, Samantha's here.
Yeah.
It's all good. 900 is the early bird price. The regular price is $1,200.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Got to get in on that.
Where you going, beautiful? Okay, I love you. The ma'am says you guys all suck.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
You just didn't hear it.
she's
She
probably
sign
right.
languaged it.
Yeah.
Imagine
Third
paying
person to
that
tell me
price
that
tag.
today.
Imagine paying the price tag for that Megatron and watching it roll off the table.
Oh yeah. Or your nephew or kid or grandchild comes over and goes, Megatron. Just break that shit.
Just it's like Steven Seagal on somebody's neck. Just
I gave my grandson
snap.
like a Venom figure for I forget what it was, one of these holidays, but he took it, we had Spider-Man and Venom, and he goes, ah, stuck him. I mean, like lobbed that sucker across the freaking room.
Extreme.
Yeah, and I was like, oh shit.
I'm glad that I don't have young nieces, nephews, children,
Yeah.
friends with kids with little sticky fingers,
Mm.
because there is no way you're coming in here like, oh, nope,
Yeah.
no way.
Skull.
Oh, it was the Mattel
What's
Jurassic
this?
Park. I got him the Jeep with the dinosaur.
Uh-huh.
And I had it chasing him, showing him it rolls. He's like 3 years old, but he picked that sucker up and he was like, I was like, get away, the dino's coming. And he goes, he just throws it across the kitchen.
In all
They became
fairness,
birds, right?
how old is that
truck-
kid?
3 years old. Yeah, he's way too young for this stuff. I know. But
I
I'm trying to
was
start him young.
5 when I threw my X-Wing into my Death Star.
True. But you know what? That Jurassic Park Mattel Jeep, it held up. No damage at all. It bounced.
I bet it did.
He checked it.
Built
hard.
like Spy Troops vehicles.
Yeah.
Right.
It was well made.
Good luck, kid.
Bounce. Yeah, good to go. Holonet says Megatron will never be a gun again.
Yeah, probably.
LOL, whatever. I have my MP36.
I love the tank version.
All right, hear me out. The Joe Transformers crossover, Megatron is still a gun. Cobra Command. I would crack up if that was the case.
That would
I
be
think
awesome.
They did that with the San Diego Comic-Con, right? They had Cobra Commander with the Megatron pistol.
Yep. Absolutely.
But
And
like
the-
Megatron's like this big in the movie.
And the freaking Masterpiece Soundwave. The Masterpiece Soundwave has Megatron as a gun. With the stock and the big extended like suppressor and the whole 9 yards. Like he's right there in his hand.
But if they didn't have the mass shifting technology and he just transformed into a robot, this
It's that big.
you idiots.
yeah, you gotta have the mass shifting. And then Nicotronis says the fusion cannon sucks.
Oh.
Well, that's not what fusion cannons are supposed to do.
No, that's a vacuum cleaner.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Megatron's a Hoover.
Kevin says just get that kid a boomerang, man.
Yeah.
That kid's gonna grow up to have like Uncle Rico talent. I bet I throw.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I'm like, Nerf football next year. That's what I'm getting.
I have that Uncle Rico picture, but
Yes.
the meme is, do you want to see how far I can throw this shitty figure?
He said, I can throw it clear over the mountains.
Yeah. Cutthroat says, so Chad's Joe Room has a sign that says no kids allowed.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't have any signs. It just has a G.I. Joe sticker on the door that's closed. Stay out. Yeah.
Grease doorknobs.
Am I tripping or is Chad actually a Chad? Am I a Chad?
Yeah.
You're
think your birth
one
certificate would say
of
you are.
several Chads I know, yeah. But you are.
You
a
know what he's
Chad.
talking about, though. He's talking about that, like. Now, I'm not a Chad.
You
Chad
were
chatting in
born
the third.
pre-Chad being a Chad thing, so I don't
Yeah,
think.
true. You could be the reason though for the meme. I don't know.
Mm.
No, I'm not a Chad. Slacker Supreme, why do you think, or why do you propose that I'm a Chad? I'm not very Chadish. No. Like if you meet me in person, I'm actually really quiet and kind of to myself. Unless, you're taking a photo.
Pictures from Joe Fest would suggest otherwise. Yes.
What'd you say?
Pictures from Joe Fest would suggest otherwise. Like, who the
That's
fuck
just
is
somebody
that
having
guy?
a good time, man. That's all
Like,
it is. I'm
that's
having a good
definitely a
time.
Chad.
No, fuck
Yeah,
that.
once the coffee gets spilled, the real
Oh
Chad
yeah,
comes out.
you spill my coffee. Forget about it. Or
On a poster, no less.
Twice.
if you eat dinner with me and you have leftover chips on your plate,
Yeah.
and then
He's
I
gonna
will
Chad
eat your
them
chip
babies up.
while we make eye contact,
making eye contact, never breaking. Just
just like this the whole time.
Listen, you don't want to let food go to waste.
no, absolutely not.
You're
Chad's
not a
met the
Chad.
starving kids in Africa. He can vouch for it. He's not going to let it go to waste.
You're not a Chad until you come into the live stream with a sweater wrapped around your shoulders. See,
Is that a
Comrade
Chad?
Bob,
That seems like a Trent move.
we're all Chads in our own.
Yeah.
For a Chet, that's a Chet. That's a Chet.
Chad gave me a wedgie and then a swirly and took my lunch money. And if you've seen me, you can find a small nation. You can fund a small nation with it. His lunch money. Yeah.
Yes.
Man, what kind of lunch was he getting?
I don't know. We'll just say that the jury's out that I'm a Chad. Does a Chad EQA? I don't know what that means. I think a word got cut off.
Queso apps.
I do like queso. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, he eats.
But no
queso.
onions in it. No, don't put onions in my queso. Yeah.
How you feel about spinach?
Like a spinach dip? Or
Well,
spinach?
in the queso.
Yeah, I'm down with it.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Man.
My favorite pizza is like a garlic
Write this
parm
down.
kind of white sauce,
Okay.
spinach, green chili, and maybe like a sausage and feta. That's a fucking pie right there.
That's an interesting one. Okay. All right.
Does a Chad equal a Karen? No. Chads are like extra. Chad, like if you go
Chads would be
Google,
like always
what
having
is-
a good time.
Yeah, a Chad's like a super extra guy. Kyles are the guys who like drink monsters and punch drywall, and Karens are the ones that like bitch about everything.
Yeah. That's
Chads
like
are
the
just-
rock, paper, scissor of the social circles.
Anyone who is an adult who buys toys could be a Chad. Yeah, I guess, right? Yeah.
Are you a Chad?
Feta makes
Roche and Rose,
everything better.
Chad, Kyle, Karen.
I want to
Karen.
talk to your manager.
My food's cold.
Did you assume my gender?
I didn't bring my receipt. How is that a pizza? That's a pizza? What are you talking about? It's a good pie. I'm just saying, don't.
Balake, don't ask Italians if something is pizza.
Yeah,
If they
man,
say
and don't
it's
snub
pizza,
your
it's
nose.
pizza.
Just give it a shot.
Don't Karen him right now.
You're a Chad when the man gives you a free to be bad pass and you spend it painting toys. Well, but I'm not bad ever. I just sit around with my
I'm
pets.
good, Cat. I'm goody little two shoes.
Yeah, look at me. I'm goody little tissues.
I'm so glad you got the reference.
Yeah, man, how do you not get
So
an Army
good.
of Darkness reference?
So good.
First you want to kill me, now you want to kiss me. Blow.
Whoa.
You know, Army of Darkness was my introduction to Ash.
Me
I
too.
had never
Oh.
seen either of the Evil Deads. And then when I did, I was like, why is the second one just a rehash of the first one?
No,
It
it's
confused
very
the hell out of
repetitive.
me for a very long time because
I just watched this movie, didn't I?
yeah.
Where's all the
Here-
other characters?
Yeah, there's your definition. A Chad is a stereotypical alpha male. He is depicted as an attractive, successful, muscular, cocky, and very popular among women who wouldn't want to be a Chad.
Hmm.
That's what a Chad is. I'm not
There
very
you go.
Chadish at all. No. Anyway, Ian Sweeney says, I need to get some sleep before the sun comes up. Excellent
Oh,
stream,
yeah.
people. Ian, it was good to see you, man. Thank you so
Awesome
much.
seeing you, buddy.
I got a friend named Kyle. Dude is the epitome of the Kyle archetype. Watched him down some 4 locos and punched the
Punch the
drywall.
drywall.
God
That's
damn it.
perfect. Oh man.
But a Chad is actually a beta male mimicking what he thinks an alpha male is.
That's more along my definition.
Yeah. He's all talk.
It's
Yeah.
all act. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all superficial.
Look, I'm none of that. It's just my name. I'm none of that shit, really, at all. Just curious, Slacker, because this Chad isn't that at all. Nope. Absolutely not. Slacker says, so basically me, you're a Chad. There you go. What a twist. You fucking trapped yourself. I don't know.
Deep down inside, in your heart, you were Chad all along. You went on this journey to find one, but you found it.
It's just Robert Downey Jr. at the end of Tropic Thunder. He's going through the characters.
Yeah, where he's pulling everything off his face. Okay, we don't have time for this. They just take them both and leave.
Get him out of here.
I gotta go back for half squat. I'm the crap Chad. No, you're not a crap anything, dude. It's all good.
Maybe a crap Chad, but you're the best Slacker Supreme.
See, there you go. Right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Do it, Doug.
I had a dude named Kyle get drunk and started trying to eat the dry. Oh man.
Well, that's what happens when Kyle finds meth.
May the Chad be with you.
Starts washing cars with Brillo
And
pads
also
and eating
with you.
drywall.
Forget it. I don't know. Vargo, what do you got coming up, dude? You working on some more Lonard the Core stuff or what? What are you doing? Oh, I didn't even open my box. I'll do that Sunday. Sorry.
Yeah, so my part 3 of looking at Lonard's the core stuff should be out probably within the next 2 weeks, I would guess.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a bunch of unopened Joe stuff that I'm probably going to do another stream of me putting
Hell
together.
yeah.
So,
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah.
and that's
I
it. on
love
short
that you're opening them up and assembling them. Assembling vehicles
Hell yeah.
is my favorite
yeah,
part
yeah.
of G.I.
That's
Joe.
one thing I love about Vargo is he always lets them walk around. Mikey, I got a package from the UK.
Ooh.
You know what it is.
Is
I
that
do know
from
what it is.
You know what it is.
Narnia?
I'm a Chad playing Chad disguised as another Chad. Here's a
I
good
don't know what
question.
Chad I is.
I'm a Chad farmer, motherfucker. Here's a good question before we kind of wind down. It seems like every few months I see new toy lines popping up on Kickstarter. Are there any upcoming 1/18 scale that I should keep an eye on? Dude, that's a nice picture of that. What is that an MRAP? I can't really see it. Anyway, sorry. What do you guys think?
I don't think Kickstarter, but I think you're going to start seeing a lot of those Kickstarter lines start to deliver this year.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Accurate.
And like Strike
So
Force
if you miss-
Alpha is on
Yep.
Big Bad Toy Store, or I think you could still buy them on the Strike Force Alpha website.
Yep.
Delta 17 is available on their own website. Legends of the Hidden Force is now available on Big
Big
Bad
Bad, yep.
also. Eagle Force is just always putting stuff out on Big Bad. I mean, they got waves upon waves coming.
Yeah,
And,
the thing about Eagle Force that you need to be mindful of is that it is just pre-order after pre-order after pre-order. Like, they're cool, but you're going to wait. As long as you're good with that, then
fresh monkey way.
Yeah, just know that going in.
Yeah. And Call Sign Longbow should be getting some kind of progress, right? They should be doing something soon. Yep.
Yeah, Mikey, god damn it.
Yeah.
It's
We're
not
gonna
Mikey's fucking line.
We're going to see it at Joe Fest, but he is
Paint
related
Masters
to-
were done in June, man. That's
Yeah, Mikey's like, I did my part, man. It's not my line. Like, leave me alone.
They're
Well,
not
no, and I
waiting
saw-
on me.
And I saw that Operation Recall, they're going to Paint Masters too.
Yep.
And
Everything is
yeah.
chugging along.
Things are moving along.
Should be getting some Vietnam figures too soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you're so inclined, Super 7 is going to have their O-Ring Joe Paint Masters at Joe Fest. So we'll start seeing images of those then, and then you can make your decision.
Yeah.
Jim Largo says this has been educational, and I am now in touch with my inner child.
Ooh.
Okay.
Namaste.
Oh yeah, chicken fried toys too, which I
Yes.
purposely called Kentucky Fried Toys, and no one actually me. So, Gerard O'Connor says, "Got to bounce, my dudes," and all in the chat. It's 2:30 in the a.m. here. 1,000 thanks to all involved. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Awesome.
Always appreciate you.
Good evening.
But yeah, oh my,
Don't knock that over.
Yeah.
I already did. Yeah, so Chicken Fried Toys made this First Sergeant Bell figure, which was an homage to Michael Bell, who was the voice of Duke. And this guy's freaking awesome, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Have good
I
stuff,
love
man.
this figure.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful stuff.
John puts a lot of love into those.
Truly. Yeah.
He is very specific when it comes to correcting stuff and being exactly how he said they would be. He's really good.
Oh, we mean Kentucky Fried Toys? Yes. Where are my HaoJoes at?
Overseas.
China
Only
probably.
available in the
Probably China.
Pacific.
China.
Yeah.
China.
So that's the thing about the HaoJoes, right? They can't be sold in Western markets. You can get them from places like Cotswold, which is where I get all mine from Greg at Cotswold Collectibles.
Yeah.
But he has to get them from second party like distributors and stuff over in Asia, because that's part of the deal between Haya and Hasbro, which also solidified the whole thing that Hasbro was going to come back with a figure subscription service, because Haya can't sell their Joes in Western markets. That's the deal. Yeah.
Wham, wham.
HaoJoes are in where? China.
China.
Yep. I get reaction Joes. Why can Super 7 not commit? To what?
I don't know.
One design, because they can do O-rings now, would be my guess.
Because Hasbro doesn't want to do them. Hasbro's only keeping the classic designs for the crossover stuff, and that's it. And you're talking what? 1, maybe 2 a year if you're lucky?
Yeah.
Whatever's, that needs to be a t-shirt. What needs to be a t-shirt? I don't know. I love action movies and sophomore humor like Tropic Thunder. I can quote that entire movie. That's why I made the shirt that says never go full classified, right? Because there's like 3 different meanings in there. Oh, and to close us out, I think Jim Largo sums it up perfectly. So long story short, 118 rules, enough said.
I agree.
O'Doyle rules.
O'Doyle rules.
118 rules.
118 rules.
Will, what do you got going on?
Oh,
Whole bunch of shit.
speaking of rules, I build to rule, and I'm gonna be building to rule this Sunday.
Hell yeah.
Sunday. Build to rule.
Sunday.
We're turning my studio into a building phenomenon.
Wilhelm Toy and Hobby.
That's right.
Yep.
And Chad, if you'd like to stop by, I'd love to have you.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shoot me the link and give me a time, and I'll come hang out
All right.
for sure.
You need to wear
welcome as
pants?
well.
Even if I'm just looking down trying to build this freaking his tank the whole time, whatever, I'll still come hang out.
You
You
gotta
guys
race
can
the
be
time
built to
lapse.
rule together.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and build mine on a time lapse beforehand, so I don't have to make the audience sit there, because I built this thing on stream last Sunday, and it was kind of this was from the 80s, the robotics.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was,
yeah.
the 118 scale line. This
Yeah.
is, Tyrannics.
Yeah, man. That
We-
was
we
awesome
go.
when you posted
Yeah.
that.
And
Bad.
there's the pilot in there.
It's awesome.
But yeah, trying to figure that out on stream though wasn't like Jim helped me out a lot. It was kind of, so I'm gonna try and do it ahead of time.
Mikey, can you say make modern Joes great again?
Make modern Joes great again. 2024.
I still want to make that shirt design that says make toys great again.
I hope that you do.
Well,
I hope that you
you
do.
know, but Pendragon moved. He moved to Texas. He's been a little busy, and he's been
Sure.
working on my updated intro. So, yeah, he's been busy. He's doing stuff.
Sure.
Bros that build to rule together, rule to build together.
Mm.
I like it. Very cool. Mikey, what are you working on? Just more commissions stuff?
Yep.
Things?
Got a couple of commissions to do. I got a cold front and a payload all
Oh, nice.
primed up over here, and do some assembly and get those buttoned up, and then I got to do a Wong.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that'll be interesting.
The
And then-
October Guard Wong, not
Correct.
Marvel Universe Wong. Yeah. Cool.
That is correct. Yes.
All right,
And
gentlemen.
then I can start on some Bear 11 Charlie heads.
Ooh, fantastic. Yep.
He's got
Bear
some cool
11
stuff.
Charlie's a good dude, and I know he's like super jazzed about that. I love you all. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and talking our favorite scale. There is no wrong scale, but I appreciate you guys hanging out with me.
No Wongs.
And
Oh, thanks for having us.
I appreciate
Will,
it.
I will see you on Sunday.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm doing for Sunday yet. I'll work on that. But you gentlemen have an awesome night. And eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Will, you haven't been here the longest. You're going to sign us out.
Do it, Will.
118 rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Chad. I'll take it.